this spring. What area of your life are you wanting to focus that on? Gee, man, this is a tough one because I want to work on everything, but there's got to be something important.
Well, is it one thing or is it everything being that one thing? This is the question. I feel this is the season to move. So for me, it's about the movement, about leveling up in that space.
100%, man.
But start with that. Everything else seems to fall into place.
I think I couldn't agree with you more, because if you look at what's been happening with South African sport, you look at the Olympics, you look at the Paralympics, it's inspired me to try and make a little bit of a comeback.
Just be better.
You might see me running on the beach again, training. You might just see
it. It was only like a year ago that you were doing it, dude. Don't sell this greatest comeback story of all time. I don't think you left. I don't think he's ever gone. But we want to hear from you guys this morning. Please start the conversation. It's an opportunity to refresh your life. Literally, let us know what you are most excited about, looking forward to seeing bloom in your world this spring. 063 408 8863 is the number to use. Drop us a voice note at any time or hit us up on the socials. And of course, we will embrace the day in every way we can. And that starts with getting those major news headlines in, and then we'll touch on the sport. Break fast.
Thank you so much, gents. 4 minutes after 6 o'clock on this Wednesday morning, let's delve into some national news first. Former PRASA employee Daniel Mtumkulu was sentenced to 15 years in prison by the Johannesburg Specialized Commercial Crimes Court yesterday. Now, he was convicted on multiple counts, including fraud, forgery, and misrepresenting his qualifications. Mtumkulu falsely claimed to hold a master's degree from the University of Witwatersrand and a doctorate in engineering management from Munich Technical University. His deception resulted in an undue salary increase from 1.6 million rand to 2.8 million rand, causing significant financial losses to PRASA. Sticking in national news, the city of Cape Town is investing 300 million rand to upgrade the Triangle Farm electricity station in Bellville. According to Xanthia Limburg, the mayoral committee member for energy, an upgrade aims to aim a reliable power supply for residents and businesses while boosting infrastructure stability and capacity. This improvement is expected to attract major industries to Cape Town. Now, the project is slated for completion by December next year, enhancing the city's appeal as a business hub, Limburg said. Moving on to your international news, a breakout attempt at Makala prison in Kinshasa, Democratic Republic of Congo, resulted in 129 deaths, according to authorities. Interior Minister Jacquemaine Shabani reported that 24 prisoners were killed by warning shots fired early in the morning. The majority of deaths were due to suffocation from a crash during the escape attempt. This incident recalls a similar event 7 years ago when at least 4,000 inmates escaped from the same high-security facility, the largest in the country. Now, rights groups have called for an international investigation into what happened. Finland aims to ban Russians from renting or purchasing property and from entering real estate transactions on behalf of Russian entities. This move follows deteriorating relations since Russia's 2022 invasion of Ukraine. Finland, which joined the North Atlantic Treaty Organization, or NATO, shortly after, has seen over 3,000 properties bought by Russians in the past decade. Many of these properties are near strategic locations, such as military bases and critical infrastructure, such as large power lines that could be targets for sabotage. Now, for this hour, we close off with a story where 9-year-old Elise de Toy was relaxing on her grandparents' porch in Nweba when she was spotted something unusual, a dark rock falling from the sky. Now, it landed near a wild fig tree in the garden, and curious, she picked it up. To her amazement, the rock was warm to the touch with a shiny black exterior and a concrete-like grey interior. Now, this intriguing find sparked a flurry of excitement among scientists from 3 institutions who have been working tirelessly to uncover the mysteries of Nweba meteorite, identifying it as a rare achondriate meteorite. As experts delve deeper into the secrets, Elise remains the young heroine of this extraordinary discovery and a keen eye helping unlock the mysteries of space. How exciting that there's still worlds that we're finding out about. Speaking about worlds, let's take a look at your world of sports. Here's Graham with the latest.
The bromance is back. Let's start with rugby, and the All Blacks will embark on their first full tour to South Africa in 30 years in 2026, featuring 8 matches, including 3 tests, 4 games against URC clubs, and then a clash against SAA. This is, I think, in direct response to what we've seen from both teams with this rivalry reignited. This tour marks the 30th anniversary, in fact, of the All Blacks' last visit in 1996 when they won the series 2-1. The Springboks will reciprocate with a tour to New Zealand in 2030. Great for the game of rugby. Now let's focus on the game of cricket, and an important moment at that. Cricket South Africa has named a 15-player squad for the Proteas Women's T20 International Series up against Pakistan, and of course then the ICC Women's T20 World Cup in 2024 in the UAE. So Captain Laura Volvaert leading in her first World Cup. Congratulations. She's joined by stalwarts Amarazan Cup and Ayabonga Kaka, and then newcomers like Sashni Naidu. The team faces Pakistan from the 16th to the 20th of September, before then starting their World Cup campaign on the 4th of October up against the West Indies. Now let's turn to football. The Manchester United Chief Executive Omar Berrada has reaffirmed the club's support for manager Erik ten Hag, expressing optimism about the team's long-term prospects, both domestically and in Europe. So despite a challenging start to this particular season, with United currently 14th in the Premier League after their 3-1 loss to Liverpool, Berrada believes the club is on the right track following a positive transfer window and some new leadership in the boardroom. So we'll certainly watch that space. Now let's turn to tennis finally, and Taylor Fritz powered past Alexander Zverev to secure his first ever Grand Slam semi-final at the US Open this past Tuesday. The 12 seed defeating the 4th seed 2020 runner-up, of course, in a hard-fought match, as you'd expect. 7-6, that was 7-2 on the tiebreak, 3-6, 6-4, 7-6, 7-3 on that tiebreak there. Was Zverev's exit world number 1 Jannik Sinner, now the last remaining top 4 player, in fact, in the draw. That was after surprising early exits from Novak Djokovic and Carlos Alcaraz. So we're not getting that showdown this year, but still plenty in the mix there, and that's where we leave our sporting headlines for now. Let's get our first dose of our morning weather.
Thank you so much, G-Man. Yes, our first time this morning, let's dive into all things weather. And the South African Weather Service has issued a yellow level 1 warning for damaging winds in the southeastern and northern Cape. Now, this could lead to hazardous driving conditions, debris scattering, and rapid veld fires spreading. Now, on top of this, extreme fire danger is anticipated in eastern Northern Cape, Western Free State, and Northwest Province. Now, Northern Eastern Cape and Beaufort West municipality in the Western Cape will also be affected. However, the risk of fire damage to infrastructure and commercial plantations was mitigated after successful pre-fires prevented spread in the Garden Route National Park mountains. Well, here's a reminder to you, Mzansi, because in the next hour, we're going to be sharing that sunrise view, and we're asking you to send it through to the number 063-408-8863. Doesn't matter where you are in the country or the world, we'd love to see it and hopefully add some inspiration for all of our viewers. For now, though, let's see how we can inspire you with the day's temperatures and see what you can expect on your side of town.
.31 in Uppington. Just saying. It's okay. It's okay. The world will be all right today. No, it really will be. Ryle, a little bit earlier, mentioned just the power of sports at the moment, South African sports. We need a bit of a catch-up. Of course, the Paralympics going in full swing in Paris at the moment. We've seen some amazing stories of human triumph, sporting glory, and, of course, a strong South African connection. Lorenzo Daris, our very strong South African connection. Just looking at it's going to give us a bit of a recap on where we're at.
Yeah, and also we've got something exciting to celebrate in South Africa because drum majorettes, or majorettes in general, is coming to SA. Yes, we're having the championships, and we're also going to be showcasing to you. If you have no idea what it's all about, then don't worry. We got you covered. We're bringing in some of the professionals to show off some of their talent. Yeah, maybe you'll get inspired to join in too.
I'm watching all of the techies in studio just looking at our lighting system. Okay, how are we going to do this? It's all right. Someone better get up on the catwalk. We have got inspirational sport. Bottom line on the way after this. We'll see you now.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back as we talk sport and, of course, the Paralympics in Paris in firm focus. China once again doing so well. In fact, I think blowing a lot of expectations out of the water, leading the medal table at the 2024 Paris Summer Paralympics as we speak. And the games highlighting, of course, the nation's dedication to, I think, Paris sports, which is fantastic, and the well-being of people with disabilities. We love what comes together in this tournament.
Absolutely, man. And this has been inspiration at its finest. Now, Team South Africa also celebrates with Mpumelelo Mhlongo as well as Luzane Kutsia securing historic medals for our country, showcasing resilience, excellence, and just being able to show up on the global stage. So, man, that is very, very excited to talk about all of this, to celebrate our country's success. And at the Paralympics, we have Lorenzo Darius in the building, Expresso sport producer, to chat about the games in Paris. How you doing, bro?
I'm good. Just give Mpumelelo's middle name.
Phantom Toes.
There you go.
Oh,
I was hoping you were going to do that.
It's not too late to go back, dude. If you want to rebrand, I'm just saying, I love it,
Phantom
man.
Toes.
Let's talk about China because they had an incredible Olympics.
Yes.
I think they were definitely the most improved and knocking on the door of Olympic greatness, which we absolutely love because we know what it means to the athletes, likewise what it means to the Para-Olympians. What's magic in the water have China figured out now when it comes to their bigger picture sports program? It is working.
No, definitely is. 2022 is the magic word, right? That was when they had their committee and there was a white paper document that was put forward to become inclusive when it comes to para-athletes. It's no longer, we are shunning you away. We are just getting you involved in competitive sports. There's about 85 million Chinese citizens that live with a disability. And sometimes we look at, we're looking at some of the para-athletes and we're thinking, you don't look like you have a disability.
Let's
because
just put it in perspective. That's 20 more million than are living in South
that
Africa.
Are living in our country.
Which is quite a thing.
So their government came through and actually have this white document where they were like, you are going to be competing at the highest level. And when you have so many citizens in your country, what are they, a billion, over a billion,
for sure.
you're able to have these competitions and you're able to push excellence. And And to be honest with you, and Raul, you having been an athlete, I'm not taking away from able-bodied, but disabled body athletes have to go through so much more to get where
Just to get to the
able-body
starting line,
athletes
for sure.
are,
100%,
and on that level, earning. So the system of support has been put in place, money has been put behind them, they've got academies to help them, and that's why they're achieving this. And I think every nation should be looking at them and saying, can you help us do this as well?
Well,
You know?
completely. If we look back, and I'll always use like Ernst van Dijk or names like that, guys who have achieved far more than any other athlete, never mind just within their lane.
Yeah.
They have to have a full-on professional career outside of sport to be able to support themselves
sustain
within
it.
sport.
Yeah.
And it's
Yes.
just almost been the algorithm up until
Yeah.
now, which is amazing because that brings everybody up. That's the
Yes,
whole
it does.
baseline shift. Love it.
Families are being supported at the end of the day because you are now an athlete at the highest level. And China has now made a system where you can compete. You can be earning money.
Yeah.
So that's the nice thing about it. We don't see enough. When last have we heard about just a normal competition for disabled body citizens
yeah,
in
sure.
our country?
Shame
We
on
should
us,
be having
yeah.
more.
And
Shame
I
on
think
us,
that
yeah.
draws the polarity to what's going on in our country because yet you now have athletes that do not have that full system,
Yeah.
that are going through 10 times more the obstacles,
Yes.
and still somehow
Still
from
meddling,
our country
yeah.
show up. Men's
Yep.
100-meter T44,
Come
Phantom
on.
Toes takes the gold medal. How did he go up against all that adversity and win? How, Lorenzo? Talk to
Look,
me. It's
at the end of the day, it is determination, right? I was reading up on him as well. He's an alumni of UCT, engineering student. And I'm like, he is doing so much and having to sustain himself on the side because we just don't get the support.
Yeah.
They don't get the support. We as citizens, we don't go out there. I blame us. I blame myself for not going to these athletics meets. I've been trying to get through to Greenpoint and just going and sitting and watching these guys. Even
See
if
where
it's
it's
one or
at,
two
yeah.
people just cheering them on, I think they love it, and it's pure determination at the end of the day.
That being said, how do we make it real in the real world here? You see the sporting structures as that translates to the commercials within TV.
Yes.
And we've seen what just a little bit of a plug in there has done, for instance, for cricket in the women's space.
Yes.
By getting more TV time, just everything else seems to
Yeah.
fall in place. Is it that simple when it comes to the Paralympics? When you look at it, the sporting codes represented there, what needs to shift within those structures?
Yeah, government's mindset needs to shift.
From the top,
I'm
okay.
going to say that with what Gayton McKenzie, our sports
Gayton.
minister, arts and culture, is doing at the moment, he's gonna have to get down and dirty now.
And he strikes me as the kind of guy who will, yeah.
Yeah, he will. He
Yeah.
definitely will. He's not someone that's scared to do it. We've seen what happened before. We kind of dwindled from the early 2000s with
Yeah.
how many medals? 38. We went to 7 in Tokyo. We're only on 2 at the moment. So we haven't even met our lowest. We are now at the lowest.
And I think, and I'm going to round it off there because I'm kind of seeing a full circle moment here. When we think of how, for instance, we did within the 100-meter relay
Yes.
versus America, where money, yes, but time and focus
Yeah.
often can mean just as much,
Yeah.
but it's got to be represented as the sprinters laid out
Definitely.
within the sporting structures.
Yeah.
That's why they did it.
It's
yeah.
like a little kid. If he sees his dad or his mom out at a sports meet, that excitement and that determination to win and make them proud is there. We as a nation need to start going out to these sports meets. They have it every week. And I think that we need to just put it out there and invite everyone and say, guys, let's just take an hour out of our time during the week and go support these athletes. So that
I can feel my son rolling his eye, just apologising to all our Paralympic athletes in South Africa. I'm sorry, my dad's coming to watch you play. I'm so sorry, Dad. Please excuse his behaviour, but I get
I'm
very,
taking you with me next time. Taking you
I get
both
very
with me.
emotionally invested. Okay,
Yeah.
just saying, if anyone's got any Springbok tickets floating around as well, I'm there, man. I will make up that stadium. But, buddy, thank
Not
you
me,
so much.
not me.
We absolutely love the fact that this platform is still there after the Olympics to give these athletes the opportunity to shine like this. Come on, Team South Africa. Come on.
If there's one thing about South Africans, we know how to win, okay? And yes, I'm talking about you because this is your opportunity to play Lotto, Lotto Plus 1 and Lotto Plus 2 for 35 million Rand in total estimated jackpots this Wednesday. and you could be celebrating millions. So what are you waiting for is the biggest question. Play Lotto for an estimated 30 million rand and Lotto Plus 1 for 4 million rand, and then you have Lotto Plus 2 for 1 million rand today. Okay, on this beautiful Wednesday morning, you can go ahead and buy your tickets in-store or on the nationallottery.co.za website. There's also the mobile app there for you, or even cell phone banking. And if you want to kick it old school, simply dial *120 *7529# for all USSD. Now, these details, of course, if you missed it, are on our social media pages. So do go check them out and make sure that you get yourself in the running to play when you play Lotto, Lotto Plus 1 or Lotto Plus 2 for 35 million rand in total estimated jackpots today. All I'm telling you is to play now. I'm crossing fingers for you.
Oh, yes, Mzansi, and as we promised you, something special's going down in South Africa. We're talking about majorettes, and right around me you can see exactly what I'm talking about. I don't know how they are doing this. I need to figure it out, and we're going to learn all about it in just a bit of Mzansi, so don't go anywhere. Majorettes, the championships is coming to South Africa. We'll see you after this.
Only you can make my day.
You got more heart and more character. Oh.
Makes me that much stronger. Makes me run a little bit harder. Makes me that much wiser. Thanks for making me, thanks for making me, thanks for making me fighter. Drop it, give me 20. Got it to the floor.
It's that time for you to get on the floor. Now move that body and show me you want some more. Get on the floor. You want some more.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Oh, yes, Mzansi, welcome back. This is your Feel Good Breakfast Show, talking about so much that is exciting, and especially after this conversation, because Cape Town is set to host the Majorette World Championships, and that's taking place from September the 19th, that's this month, up until the 22nd. And it's going to be bringing together the best teams from around the globe. Now, this is absolutely exciting. It's an event which promises a showcase of precision, creativity and energy. And this is all while competitors take the stage for an absolutely unforgettable experience. So we're going to be welcoming some special individuals. We have the president of the SAMCA, which we're going to find out more about, Wayne Obrem. And then we have Majorette coach Nadia O'Reilly, as well as the team members who will be joining us as well, which we'll find out more about in just a bit. But wow, firstly, welcome to your Feel Good Breakfast Show. We're live right here celebrating something incredible. How are we doing?
We're doing well, and thank you for having us.
Absolutely awesome. I want to ask the president firstly to ask about how exciting this must feel for you, this occasion, this opportunity to host majorettes in the country. How are you feeling about it?
Well, for us, it's exceptionally important because obviously majorette is a sport recognized by SASCOC, together with cheerleading. And we had to put in a bid to host in South Africa. And we did this 4 years ago. We did it to the International Association, which is the Majorette Sport World Federation.
Oh, wow.
And we were privileged to actually be given the bid to host in South Africa. And of course, everybody wanted to come to Cape Town. So we have managed to do that. So we are in Cape Town and at the UCT Indoor Arena from the 20th to the 22nd of September.
Perfect. So not even weather's going to stop this one. Everything's set up for a perfect occasion.
Absolutely.
Nadia, as the coach, you must be absolutely... are you excited or nervous for this one? Because there's a lot of pressure, right? I can imagine. How are you feeling?
At this moment, it's still excitement and nervous. We are busy doing the final touches on the display, preparing the girls mentally, and just finishing up. And we're excited to be able to march at a world events.
So what exactly does it take to be marching at a world event? What preparation goes into this? How do you ensure that you get a better score or do better than your opposition? How does it exactly work?
So we work quite closely with other coaches. I've got quite a good relationship with of the top teams. And we help each other out. And with the judging criteria, we follow the judging criteria. And then we just make sure the girls' timing's on par and preparing them mentally.
Absolutely exciting. Now I'm seeing two of these mentally prepared athletes. You look excited, you look confident, you look keen. So already I feel like you're going to take a win here. But let me ask you exactly how you are feeling about this. This must be exciting, this must be nervous, but also a lot of hard work has gone into this, right? Firstly, what is your name, by the way? Because I didn't actually catch either of your names.
I'm Casey Prince.
Casey Prince, well done firstly on cracking this incredible team, Casey. How are you feeling about heading into the champs this year?
Extremely nervous, super nervous. Yes, we had a couple of regional competitions and things, but the preparation leading up to the world stage is very hectic.
Yeah, and how much time are you putting in currently to this preparation?
So much time. No social life, just dummies.
Oh, well, at least you've got your friends to be in it with you. And I see another one of your friends and athletes here. Your name as well?
So my name is Taylor.
Taylor,
Yes.
Nice to meet you, Taylor. And
Nice to
again,
meet you too.
congratulations. You look incredible.
Thank
I
you.
love this. What do you call this? Like a
So this is a Busby. Yes.
buzz bee?
Yes.
Wow, okay. And is there a functional reason behind that? Or is it just for a decoration and for the uniform?
You could say there's a use for it because it gives an effect on the field, but it's just very nice.
Okay, and it's got nothing to do with safety because I see you guys throw crazy things in the air and it's twisting and it's going fast. There's nothing to stop you from getting injured, right?
No, nothing.
All right, and feelings for champs. Obviously, you've said you've put in a lot of sacrifice. This is the first major event for, I think, many of you going into a competition like this. How are you genuinely feeling?
You know, the pressure is building up, it is getting worse because the time is crunch time right now. But I feel like it is in Cape Town, so our parents will be there. There is support that's within us, yeah.
And never mind just your parents, because I think after this conversation, Mzansi is backing you. We got the whole of South Africa watching you all, and I think we are going to be showcasing a demo, so that's going to get them inspired to probably want to not just support you, but maybe even try it out for themselves. Maybe I'll try it out, but I'm not going to embarrass you too much just yet. Mr. President, I want to find out from you, what does this mean exactly for majorettes in the country? What does this event mean for, let's say, the sport of majorettes and how we can raise the profile here?
Well, for the country, it's very unique and obviously a very special occasion for our sport. We do send teams overseas, normally on a biannual basis. However, last year we went to Croatia. But unfortunately, not everybody gets chosen to go overseas because we have a national team as well, who will also be performing at these Worlds, including teams. So first of all, it's allowed teams from South Africa to be exposed to international competition and not just our national team. Obviously, the national teams, the people that represent South Africa, and then these other teams have the ability to go with their supporters. And obviously their parents and their friends can actually see what happens in an international competition. So this is very unique, especially for those less privileged people. We're trying to make it even more special, where any team could come and participate and, of course, enjoy what the world stage in majorettes offers us.
And I think to showcase why all this sacrifice has been made, and also I'm just excited to see that our country, with all the talent that it has another opportunity to go and showcase that to the rest of the world. And I think it's only going to get better with the support that we get and the system that you've created. So,
Absolutely.
to the President, to the coach for the work you put in, and to our athletes, well done. I know that this has been an incredible journey. Now's your time to have fun. You get to showcase your talents to the country. I'm going to let you two go off now because I think we're going to get an absolutely incredible demo. Is that correct? All right, so I'll let you go and prepare for that. And I want to say again, thank you guys for the effort you put into this. How are you feeling leading up to the comp, Coach?
Quite confident.
Yeah.
So I've got two teams competing, and then we've got the national team that also has a boy competing for the first time.
Oh, wow, nice.
Yes, so that is very exciting. And then, my two little teams, they're pushing.
And
that's all I can ask.
what exactly are we going to be seeing now in this demo? What would this be an example of?
So today the girls will be showcasing a flag group display. Casey will be showcasing a pom solo. And then 3 of our members will be showcasing the mace display. And that is 2 of the props that is at the world stage as well.
Absolutely excited for this one. If you don't know what we're talking about, Mzansi, now's your time to get educated and get inspired, because this is Majorettes. Enjoy.
It's that time for you to get on the floor. Now move that body and show me you want some more. Get on the floor. You want some more.
Lay low, hit the sun, everybody have a real good time, real good time. Lay low, hit the sun, everybody have a real good time, real good time. Lay low, hit the sun, everybody have a real good time, real good time.
Sweet dreams are made of this. Who am I to disagree?
Giving a boom bop bounce to the rhythm. We got the dub, yeah, feel your system. Chew your beat, ya, chew your beat, ya. The flow breaking sound will be riff. Giving a boom bop. Bounce to the rhythm.
Wow. Yeah.
Oh, absolutely incredible. I think we're going to have another performance right now, but firstly, Mzansi, put your hands together for
Pew, pew,
part
pew, pew,
one.
pew.
Yeah! I leave you now to see another rendition, and this is Majorettes continued. Enjoy.
And now for my next number, I'd like to return to the classics.
Shake your body, baby, to that conga. I know you can control yourself any longer. Feel the rhythm of the music getting stronger. Don't you fight it till you try to do that conga.
But I got to party. I'm up in the party. Boogie Wonderland. Boogie Wonderland.
Tu papi pingüino. Buica, buica.
It's an absolute festival out here right now. That was Poms. I hope you enjoyed that, showcasing the plethora of skills that Majorettes requires. And now we're moving to something a little bit different. This might be something that is inspired from the past, a garter or a mace. Sounds interesting, but check how they wield this one. Enjoy.
Go.
You got more heart and more character.
Oh.
Makes me that much stronger. Makes me run a little bit harder. Makes me that much wiser. Thanks for making me, thanks for making me, thanks for making me harder. Drop and give me 20. Three, four.
Are you tired of the life that leaves us begging for more? We got our heads in a cloud, but our feet on the floor. We tend to trace everything that ends up leaving us dry. We need a voice, one voice that is amplified. It starts now.
I'll show you how great I am.
So raise a fist high. This is the first night, the beginning of forever. Now let the old die, 'cause there is new life. Forever starts tonight. Our time.
Hey man, you home?
Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together. That was Major Ritz at its absolute finest. I absolutely am proud of you ladies. Well done. That was incredible. Come stand over here and take a bow. That was incredible, showcasing what South Africa is all about. That's talent at its finest. A reminder, the 19th to the 22nd of September, head over to iTicket and get your tickets. It's taking place at UCT. It's indoors, so you don't even have to worry about the weather. But with that being said, take a bow. Congratulations and good luck with going to Worlds. With that being said, we've got so much more entertainment coming at you. Mzansi, the Mzansi Ballet are talking about the Neil Diamond Show. It gets interesting. And then we're heading to the kitchen for something citrus, something caramelized, and something involving bacon. Yes, all three of those are coming together for absolute perfection. Kind of like these ladies over here. Let's give another round of applause. Good luck for Worlds, and we'll see you after this, Mzansi. Oh, y'all are amazing. Nice job. Give me five.
There are stories of dreamers, and we're inspired by them all. We invite you to write your story with us. Your story matters. ABSA.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Good morning and welcome back to your Feel Good Breakfast Show. It's so good to have you here. I know it is early, but listen, we're going to get you pumped up for the day because so much entertainment has already come your way, and here's some more. But joining us right now is Javier Monia Jr. as well as Kiana Prinsloo, and they are both professional dancers. They're here to chat to us about something very exciting. It's called the Neil Diamond Show, and it's happening until the 14th of September. Please help me in welcoming them. Give them a Feel Good welcome. Thank you, thank you. I hear it in the background. Stop, stop, stop. Listen, this is very exciting because, of course, we're bringing the new and the old. Do you guys even listen to Neil Diamond?
Well, before I didn't know about it, but now we're doing the show, yes.
Good, because he's absolutely fantastic. But before we get into the content of the show, I've got to ask you, Javier, tell us more about this production and what exactly can we expect until the 14th of September?
So it's an amazing production made by Angela Rivi and Nelmari Bolmery and Ivan as well. So they have some choreographers from Johannesburg and they're incredible. And they made this show just to have fun and enjoy because I think the audience deserve like bring all the old music back to the new generation, and now putting down on dance is just amazing.
Exactly, that combination is
Yeah.
beautiful. I mean, we sing karaoke songs to Sweet Caroline, and we're definitely going to see you performing today. He's got so many hit-upon hits, Forever in Blue Jeans, obviously being one that people absolutely love. But Kiana, maybe I can come to you and talk a bit more about the content of the show. I mean, ballet and Neil Diamond coming together sounds absolutely incredible, but also unexpected maybe. So what can people expect from the show?
So the show is quite a variety show because we not only have classical ballet, we also have some contemporary, we have some jazz. So there really is a little bit of everything for everyone. And within those classical styles, we actually incorporate other styles as well, such as like salsa, a little bit of tango. So people really come to enjoy it because there's so much variety within the show.
Yeah, and why do you think it resonates with people? Do you think it is that it's not just your typical ballet show, but there is just so much more? Is it the fact that it's Neil Diamond? Why do you think you're going to touch so many people's lives?
I think it just brings Neil Diamond back to life. His music, the person that he was. And I mean, Neil Diamond to a lot of people and his music really, it had a special place in their heart. It reminds them of a memory, and we just, you know, we spark that again.
How special to be involved in this, right? It's so incredible to have you. You said you were born in SA, but you lived in Cuba most of your life.
No, in Cuba, and then I used to live here.
Oh, nice. Well, it's so good to have you. And you're from SA, I assume. And I wonder what's most exciting for you guys about the show. Like, why are you so keen to be involved, and why is it such a moment for you in your own dance careers?
Well, I think it's like it's a part of our career, dancing, but I think most of the time it's just like bring joy to the audience, you know? Because I feel like when you're on stage, it's just like your safety place, and then you can show to the people how you're feeling, you know? So for me, it's really important to be on stage all the time.
If only we could, eh? But life is a stage. How about
I know.
you, Kiana?
Yeah, I think to say what Javier was saying as well, just to make the audience feel, just to escape from what's happening outside of the world. They can just come in, enjoy themselves, you know, not really think about anything else that's going on, and just be human for a little bit before going back into the crazy world that we live in.
And it's crazy. It's a little bit crazy out there. And that's what I love about the arts. You can really connect to people on a human level. Even if you don't meet them, just having that moment on stage with the audience. What kind of training goes into this? Tell me. When it comes to hours a day, when it comes to diet, what does that commitment look like for you guys?
It's quite difficult, to be honest, because we train, for example, we start class at 9 o'clock in the morning, then we sometimes finish at 4, 5 in the afternoon. So the whole day we train and rehearsing all to make the production to look great as how it is, you know. But it's quite difficult, but at the same time, we just like having fun and spend time with your friends there.
And you love what you do.
Exactly, you need to love that. If you don't love it, then it's not.
It's going to feel like work, essentially.
Yeah.
And the diet, I mean, what goes into something like this?
A lot of fuel.
Snacking all day.
Yes, a lot of carbohydrates. We love to just eat pasta, enjoy our food the way normal people would, especially because we need a lot of it to sustain us throughout the day, throughout our rehearsal, throughout our performance. It's important that we get all that.
Oh, that's beautiful to hear. And we know that you guys have literally laid down your lives to put this show together. Please tell me, where can we get tickets? How can we support? You say it's running until the 14th of September.
Yes, we will be there in Peter Turin Theatre from the 4th of September to the 14th, and then everybody can get the ticket in the web ticket.
Beautiful.
So we're performing at Camps Bay. Well, our first show is actually tonight at 7:30. Web tickets.
They still tickets?
Yes.
Okay, good.
Web tickets is where you can get your tickets at.
Incredible. Well, Mzansi Ballet and the Neil Diamond Show coming together to bring you something absolutely tantalizing, and I can't wait for you to see it all run out. I mean, you heard from the people themselves that you're in for such a treat, and speaking about treats, we're going to head to the kitchen to see what else is going down there.
Something is going down the hatch in about 10 minutes. I think it will be absolutely perfect. I want you to get ready to indulge in something truly special, the best breakfast, lunch, dinner, whenever you want to eat it, a unique twist on candied bacon with an orange, citrus and sea salt flair. It is hopefully going to come together beautifully. This recipe combines some slow roasted bacon with a sweet and salty glaze made from reduced orange juice, creating what I'm hoping is going to be a mouth-watering treat that is perfect, as I said, for any time of the day when you're craving something unique and delicious. And I'm going to say it, crispy. It's got to be crispy,
bro,
man. It's got to be crispy.
Are you nuts?
I love this. So we can go bacon, we can go macon. It works just as well on either side of that. So regardless of your dietary choice, we've got you covered because the secret is in the glaze, my friend.
It really is, G. And I was thinking to myself while looking at these ingredients, and you'll see when we put this together now, that I think you can use this glaze for more than just bacon and bacon, man. I'm thinking of all the things that could get glazed in the world. And with this, I think it's everything.
100%, dude. No, if there's fat there that can be rendered, you can do it. And that's what I love about like the streaky bacon for me is what I turn to first because of the fat content, because that's the crisp, that's the flavor for me. I'm all about that crispy bacon. In fact, going to America, that's the only way they serve
specialty
bacon.
one, is it?
No, it's just that. And there's
Wow.
a strong maple flavor connection there as well. So I'm so glad that's going in. So let's create our glaze, my friend. We've got
Yes.
about a cup of our
that's
clover.
correct. So I'm not even going to use a measuring device for this because it's pretty much half of the bottle in there.
Eyeball it, my friend. Eyeball it, yeah.
And yeah, I think this is really going to
Perfect.
give that sort of citrusiness that you're talking about in the recipe. But let me put this together, Salong, because it's going to come through and bring the glaze that we need.
It's the perfect balance of flavors. I love that. And of course, we know at the heart, our Clover delivers, known for its commitment to quality. Clover ensures each bottle of Crush is 100% fruit juice blend. It is beautifully made and tastes just as good, made with the highest standards that deliver the best possible taste. Whether you're drinking it straight or whether you're cooking with it, whether you're marinating with it as well. And of course, it's all about them enzymes, and we've got a whole lot going in now with a little bit of our zest.
Yes.
This is going to pop.
So I've just finished off putting all my ingredients into the glaze. I've got the orange juice with the maple syrup, a little bit of sugar, and then I'm just adding some zestiness here, just to add that little authenticness to this entire glaze. So you can go crazy, you can go mild, it doesn't really matter. You're getting a lot of the citrus through from our hero ingredient over here anyway. And then literally just get that to reduce. So it could take up to 20 minutes, 15 minutes, depending on the time. But G-Man,
Low and slow, baby.
Yes.
Low and slow.
Low
I
and
get
slow,
that.
but you luckily came through about an hour early this morning, and I saw you prepared some things for us, so
Actually,
thank you for
the
that.
whole night. The whole night it was running. So we've arrived at our beautiful glaze, which kind of looks like a little bit of a jam.
It does,
but
yeah.
it really does retain so much of the deliciousness of our clover. And we know enriched with vitamins A, C, and D, clover fruit juice blend not only enhances this particular recipe, but also supports our overall well-being with every sip, and it is delicious. If you want to bring on the new season, just take a sip. So we've got our beautiful glaze here. I'm thinking, just smelling that flavor profile, you could even throw in a little bit of ginger or something like that.
Ooh.
I'm thinking of all like the gammon glazes. This would work so well in that festive setting. And because we don't really have a European Christmas kind of vibe in South Africa, suddenly your gammon becomes flavored bacon on the grill. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
It becomes a
stop it,
completely
I
different
like it.
prospect. Okay, so we've got our beautifully, and this was reduced.
Absolutely perfectly, yeah. You're going to get that marmalade
Right
jam
down.
sort of texture to it. It's jellied up. It's not...
The glaze don't want to let go, man. The glaze is taking the bacon.
But literally think about this.
that's
Think
what you
about the
want.
meat being not only like flavored by this, but also in a weird way tenderized. Obviously,
for
those
sure.
sugars and everything are going to kind of work with it, break down the meat.
The acid and the citrus,
and
yeah.
It's weird to think that you can get something crispy, but yet it's still going to dissolve and melt in your mouth.
Oh.
That is like a polarity of collaborations that I never knew I needed in life. You know what I
do we
mean?
call it? Dynamic tension in the kitchen.
Yes.
But you need that, man. If you're going to play around with strong flavors, you need bold kind of textures to go with that. It needs to tick every box, and it also needs to look beautiful. And I'm thinking, like, it doesn't just have to be a breakfast vibe. Obviously, this opens the doorway to like flapjacks or pancakes where you've got that sweet and salty mix. But imagine this in like a mocktail or a cocktail.
Oh, wow.
Come
yeah.
on,
Now
because
you're
you've got the
talking.
sweet, you've got the salty.
That's so true, and you can literally almost put this in anything. You could possibly take this, I would shred it up into a jar and have like bacon bits and just
chow that.
sprinkle that on like all my
just
meals.
chow it.
Like you want to get the kids to get some more vegetables in, just add some of this. This might be the secret to all parents' problems.
You are ready, my son. I think you are ready to take the leap. And then this just goes in the oven. Obviously, we've used some baking paper underneath it because it will drip a lot of fat. So whatever you cook bacon on, beware that it is going to be dirty. So this really does help in that regard. But as I said, bacon, it does not matter. The same cooking process, the same crispiness applies. And if you want to try it for yourself, you can head over to expressoshow.com to get the full recipe. And of course, we finish it off with a little bit of our salt because I think salty and sweet is a match made in heaven, especially when it comes to the bacon. So go create for yourself and please show us the most ingenious way that you can use this. And yes, you can use it in a mocktail this morning, even at this time of the day. 7 o'clock in the morning is perfectly fine. In the oven, my friend.
To enjoy every drop of goodness from the freshest fruit full of vitamins. Crush it real good. Clover Crush, your daily goodness. Also in delicious new nectar.
All right, so we need a taste tester, not for the pre-cooked, but for the cooked. Carissa.
I thought you were going to feed me raw bacon.
You look so dramatic this morning. We thought you needed dramatic breakfast.
Yes.
So we've crisped up some bacon. I was here last night. I spent like 3 hours just crisping up bacon the whole night. It absolutely smells amazing. I'm hoping it's going to... Oh, and that glaze is delivered.
It's it's a drippy one.
I know.
Ooh, I heard the crunch, G.
I'm going to have
got the crunch.
So I'm going to get a little bit
That
of
is fire.
Yeah. How's that glaze?
Oh my goodness.
Yeah?
That is really, really good. I'm breaking my fast this morning along with you.
No,
with some
on a
candied
Wednesday,
bacon.
On a Wednesday, don't even try fast.
Halfway through the week,
given up,
it's downhill to the weekend. Well, listen,
yum.
we still have so much kitchen stuff coming up because Chef Clem's going to come back.
Yay.
And he's talking Heritage Month, right?
yes.
So he's going to show us some of his favorite heritage dishes, which I'm very excited about. I heard snook, apricot jam. I am there. I hope that he'll bring me in for another taste test because I can't wait for that. And then we also have Mzansi Ballet that needs to perform for us. So a bit of balance, a bit of movement of the body, and then fueling the body is definitely coming your way on your Feel Good Breakfast
I
Show.
love that Neil Diamond playing in the background. Beautiful dance happening while we
What
chow.
more could you ask for? Make yourself some bacon or macon, and we'll see you after this, all right?
That is really, really good.
Okay, fine. I'm going to...
Win with the Tastemaster Junior and Clover. Watch this week's show and bake a creative cookie and milkshake pairing using Clover Super M. Upload it to socials by replying to the competition post using hashtag the Tastemaster Junior and hashtag Clover Made with Love. You could win a KitchenAid Classic Stand Mixer plus a Clover hamper. Don't miss the Tastemaster Junior, Tuesday evenings at 7. Repeat Wednesdays at 1 and Sundays at 4 p.m. Only on SABC2. Clover Made with Love.
If you go away on this summer day, then you might as well take the sun away. All the birds that flew in a summer sky, when our love was new and our hearts were high, when the day was young and the night was long, and the moon stood still for the nightbird's song. If you go away, if you go away, if you go away, but if you stay, I'll make you a day like no day's been. Will be a sail on the sun, we'll ride on the rain, we'll talk to the trees.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back. Hopefully you were just on Web Tickets now, getting your tickets for an incredible ballet performance, and yes, one for the fans of Neil Diamond. In fact, we're going to give you a taste right now, taking to the stage to perform a beautiful duet. It's a dance titled If You Go Away. Of course, our ballet dancers Javier Monier Jr. and Kiana Prinsloo. Take it away.
If you go away on this summer day, then you might as well take the sun away. All the birds that flew in a summer sky, when our love was new and our hearts were high, when the day was young and the night was long, and the moon stood still for the nightbird's song. If you go away, if you go away, if you go away, but if you stay, I'll make you a day like no day's been. We'll be again, we'll sail on the sun, we'll ride on the rain, we'll talk to the trees and worship the wind. And if you go, I'll understand. Leave me just enough love to fill up my hand. If you go away, if you go away, if you go away, if you go away, as I know you must, there'll be nothing left in the world to trust. Just an empty room full of empty space, like the empty look I see on your face. Can I tell you now, as you turn to go, I'll be dying slowly till you're next hello. If you go away, if you go away, if you go away, but if you stay, I'll make you a night like no night has been, or will be again. I'll sail on your smile, I'll ride on your touch, I'll talk to your eyes that I love so much. But if you go, I won't cry. The good's gone from goodbye. If you go away, if you go away, if you go away.
Yes, that's what we're about. Get your tickets on Web Tickets. The first performance in the Mother City is tonight, so go there if you can out in Camps Bay. Otherwise, you can make sure that you get all those details on Web Tickets for that Neil Diamond x Mzansi Ballet incredible performance. Well done, guys. It's now gone 7 o'clock. Let's head straight into your news. Now we get started with some national headlines over here, where Statistics South Africa reported a 0.4% GDP growth in the second quarter, following an upward revision of the first quarter's growth from minus 0.1% to 0%. Key contributors to the positive figure include finance, property, business service, as well as 7 other industries. However, the transport, storage and communication industry saw a slight decline, and the agriculture, forestry and fishing sectors underperformed. Notably, the absence of load shedding in the second quarter boosted the electricity, gas and water supply industry. This according to Stats South Africa. Some really good news there. We're moving on to former PRASA employee Daniel Mtumkula, who was sentenced to 15 years in prison by the Johannesburg Specialized Commercial Crimes Court yesterday. Now, he was convicted on multiple counts, including fraud, forgery and misrepresenting his qualifications. Mtumkula falsely claimed to hold a master's degree from the University of Witwatersrand and a doctorate in engineering management from Munich Technical University. Now, his deception resulted in an undue salary increase from 1.6 million rand to 2.8 million rand, causing significant financial losses to PRASA. Moving on to your international news, U.S. President Joe Biden has criticized Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu for not doing enough to secure a ceasefire with Hamas and release hostages. This comes after the deaths of an American-Israeli hostage and 5 others in Gaza's Rafah tunnel. Now, the incident has intensified the push for a ceasefire. Biden, along with Deputy President Kamala Harris, is reviewing progress on a proposal from the U.S., Egypt and Qatar. Reports suggest Biden may present a final ceasefire proposal this week. Meanwhile, Netanyahu faces mounting pressure in Israel, including a widespread protest and national strike. A breakout attempt at Makala prison in Kinshasa in the Democratic Republic of Congo resulted in 129 deaths, according to authorities. Interior Minister Jacquemaine Shabani reported that 24 prisoners were killed by warning shots fired early in the morning. Now, the majority of deaths were due to suffocation from a crash during an escape attempt. This incident recalls a similar event 7 years ago when at least 4,000 inmates escaped from the same high-security facility, the largest in the country. Our rights groups have called for an international investigation into what happened. And at 7 o'clock, we close off with this story where Turkish Olympic sharpshooter Yusuf Dikic is turning into viral Paris Games pose into gold. Quite literally. Dikic, famous for his cool as a cucumber stance, has filed to trademark his nonchalant pose after seeing others try to cash in on it. Now, coach Irek Bilgili revealed that numerous trademark applications were rejected because they were filed without Dikic's consent. Now, the iconic pose has sparked a meme frenzy, and various pieces of memorabilia bearing his likeness, including t-shirts, mugs, and phone covers, are now on sale. Dikic humorously explained that there's nothing special about his hand and pocket technique. It just helps him stay balanced, proving that even in sports, a little swagger goes a very long way. That's where we close up your 7 o'clock news. But speaking of sports, we got to check in with what is happening. Here's your latest.
The bromance is back on, and we love it. Rugby fans applauding this. The All Blacks will be embarking on their first full tour to South Africa in 30 years in 2026, featuring 8 matches now, including 3 tests, 4 games against URC clubs, and then an all-important clash against SAA to blood in that new talent. And this tour marks the 30th anniversary, amazingly enough, of the All Blacks' last visit in 1996. Of course, they won that series 2-1, and the Springboks will then reciprocate with a tour to New Zealand in 2030. This really is a very important rivalry in the world of rugby. Great to see those fires being stoked again. Now, speaking of stoking the fires, let's turn to cricket. And Cricket South Africa has done just that with a 15-player squad for the Proteas Women T20 International Series against Pakistan, and of course that being the warm-up for the ICC Women's T20 World Cup 2024 taking place in the UAE. So Captain Laura Wolfart, leading in her first World Cup. Congratulations, my friend, is joined by Marazan Cup and Ayabonga Kaka for the talismanic power that they have. And then we can look forward to some newcomers like Seshni Naidu also announcing their arrival. The team faces Pakistan from the 16th to the 20th of September before starting their World Cup campaign officially on the 4th of October up against the West Indies. Now let's turn to football, and it seems he is still in and has the backing from above. Man United Chief Executive Omar Barada has reaffirmed the club's support for manager Erik ten Hag, expressing optimism about the team's long-term prospects, both domestically and in Europe. I think he's speaking to the financial sector as much as anyone else. And despite a challenging start to the season, with United currently only 14th in the Premier League, now compounded by their 3-0 loss to Liverpool, Barada believes the club is on the right track following a positive transfer window and new leadership in the boardroom as well. So like I said, not just speaking to the pundits, but I think the financial sector as well. Now let's turn to tennis, and it's into the business end with very few big names. So Taylor Fritz powered past Alexander Zverev to secure his first Grand Slam semi-final at the US Open yesterday. The 12th seed defeating the 4th seed and the 2020 runner-up in a very hard-fought match, winning 7-5, 3-6, 6-4, 7-6. So with Zverev's exit to world number 1, Jannik Sinner is the last remaining top 4 player in the draw. That was after surprising early exits from Novak Djokovic and Carlos Alcaraz. So not getting the showdown we wanted to round off the year's Grand Slams, but still a lot of great tennis to be played. And that's where we leave our sport for now. We'll touch on those headlines at around 8 o'clock. Let's see if the roads are waking up.
Thanks so much, G-Man. Yes, let's head to the roads first and see how we can assist you. And let's start in Johannesburg and Braamfontein, to be specific. Now, there has been a multi-vehicle accident on the M1 North. And again, you have to expect delays here if you are traveling through. And please allow for some more added travel time when passing through the scene right now. From Johannesburg, we move over to Cape Town and Bellville. There seems to be a stationary vehicle on Durban Road, and that's on the Durban Road ramp. Now, this lane is now obstructed, but no current delays are being experienced. But again, a reminder to approach the ramp with caution, as you can see from our visuals. We stick to Cape Town now and move over to Bellville. There's congestion on the R300. And again, as you can see from the visuals, it's northbound at the N1 inbound ramp. So again, please do allow for more added travel time to your journey. We go back to Gauteng now and over to Brakpan. Now, there also seems to be an accident on the R21 southbound at Atlas Road, and the right lane is closed. And as you can see from the visuals, the traffic is now moving pretty slowly, so please do plan your route accordingly. And anybody heading on the roads this morning, buckle up, stay safe, and plan accordingly. From the road to the sky, let's see now what's happening in the world of weather. Yep, reporting from the world of weather right now, and the South African national parks have reported that a fire has already burned approximately 1,500 hectares in the Tsitsikamma section of the Garden Route National Park, and this being north of Blowkrans Bridge. Now, spokesperson JP Lowe stated that the fire was ignited by a lightning strike, and the challenging terrain has made the fire difficult to access, with containment efforts focused on counterburns and aerial water bombing. Now, several counterburns have successfully diverted the fire away from commercial plantations and critical infrastructure. Now, rain is also forecast for today, which could aid in extinguishing the blaze. Well, we're definitely hoping for the much-needed rain in that area. For now, though, let's see what we can expect when it comes to our sunrise view of the hour. And this one was sent in by Amanda, all the way in Dalebrook. I mean, what an iconic shot. Those in Cape Town might be familiar with this, but a beautiful way to start the day. Looks like the sun is just peeking through the mist there. You've got the rage and the power of the ocean in the foreground. It looks icy, looks refreshing, and I'm absolutely here for it. What a beautiful picture. Thank you so much for sending it through, and we get to do it all again in the next hour. So we'd love to see your views. Send it through to 063 408 8863 and we'll share it with the world. For now, though, let's take a look at the temperatures that you can expect on your side of town.
you got to set my heart on fire. There's only one man who can literally set my heart on fire.
Really?
Uh-huh. And he stood beside me, okay? Have a heart, Chef Clem. Have a heart or a whole plate of hearts. What are you making for us in your heritage exploration?
We are going to do chicken heart, kebabs, okay? And I'm telling you, one of my favorite. Then we're gonna make a samp and cheese. You know mac and cheese? Forget about it.
I thought it was Babuati earlier. It's actually Sap. Yes, Chef Clem, this mad genius stood beside me, is going to be creating his take on some of our favorite Heritage Day dishes. And then, as one must, after we've eaten a full meal, Carissa is going to show us the ins and outs and maybe a few things we didn't know about mouthwash. Yes, we will be fresh after this. Can I get another one?
Sure. You do it.
Set my heart on fire. Oh. No. Come on. Come on.
Enter the Maggie Cook the Difference competition, and your Maggie recipe stands a chance of being featured in the Maggie Cookbook, winning you one of 10 sets of CETA accredited courses, each worth 10,000 Rand. Plus a chance at the grand prize and a brand partnership with Maggie worth over 275,000 Rand. Competition runs 7th of August to the 15th of September. Entry details and T's and C's at expressoshow.com.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Hey, I see you. How you doing? I want to welcome you to the Culinary Hotline. Bling, ting, ting, ting. Oh, yes, baby. Opening up right here on Expresso. We're live and doing the things on S3 and thrilled to have Chef Clem back in the kitchen. Yes, my brother, my friend is here. And we're going to kick off Heritage Month with a feast of traditional flavors. And today, Clem is going to be making bride chicken hearts. And then it's going to be followed by a comforting samp and cheese bake. And then wrapping up with the irresistible taste of bride snook. Talk about culture, talk about the good stuff. And of course, if you have any culinary questions, join in on the discussion and send us your voice notes to our number, which is 063 408 8863. With that being said, Chef Clem, how are you doing, bro?
I'm so good. How are you?
Oh, I'm excited for this one. We're talking about some healthy, like nutrient-dense meats that we're making here. I was celebrating this last week when we discussed all the incredible organs that are coming through from Woolies, and I absolutely love it. Chicken hearts, man.
I love chicken hearts.
Yeah?
I'm obsessed with chicken hearts.
Okay.
So for Woolies to have it like in store now, ready to go, prepped and everything, I'm there. I'm there for it.
Absolutely. And it's an important thing to know that you've got to get the seasoning right when it comes to this, right? How would you play into bringing the best of these hearts to life? How would you do that?
So here's the thing, right?
Yeah?
We always know with chicken, you have to cook it like all the way through.
Yes, please.
Right.
Salmonella
so,
for me.
With chicken hearts, though, not the case. You can go medium well, and that's a good like time. That's a good way to eat it.
Okay.
Either you're cooking it to medium well, or you're cooking it for like hours. So you got to pick. There's no in between. There's no in the middle.
no in between,
There's
okay.
nothing in the middle. So when you do cook it like medium well, you keep a slight little bit of pinkness in the inside, which is perfectly fine, and it stays super juicy and tender.
Almost like a red meat.
There we go.
In a weird way.
Yeah.
Okay, nice.
Past that, remember the heart is a hard working organ.
Yeah, it's
Past
pumping
that, you're
all
going to
day.
get the toughness of it, the chewiness of it. That's when you have to cook it for, like I said, sometimes an hour and a bit, just to like kind of tenderize it.
Yeah.
So what I do is chicken hearts first into a bowl, and I marinate them. So you can either decide whether you want to do, when you want to do a little bit of like milk to it or buttermilk, to kind of like, some people feel like there's a bit of a gamey taste. Not with hearts.
Oh, okay.
So I don't really worry about that too much. What I do is I add like a bit of an acid to it. So vinegar or lemon, but that's not to take any flavor out. That's just to help tenderize it even more.
Say, that'll obviously tender and break down the meat. Okay, nice.
So Graham walked off with my lemon.
Graham, how could
It's fine.
you? When
It's
life
fine.
gives you lemons, Graham takes them.
Graham takes them, which is fine. So what
I'll
I
see
do
if we can maybe
is-
throw one in here again. We can maybe add that through. But another thing I want to talk about when it comes to these hearts is the fact that this is ticking the box of nutrition. Now, I could be mistaken here, but I'm pretty sure that hearts provide you with a lot of iron.
Lot of
They're
iron.
rich in iron. Obviously, that's something that's great for helping you with blood, helping with your blood spaces, essentially. So, again, you're getting nutrition in here. I know a heart is also a muscle, so that's like a good lean meat coming through there as well. So
Absolutely.
this is really, really great stuff, not just from a flavor perspective, but, I mean, all around. And, again, like we said, you're looking for that lemon? Well,
you know
yeah,
what?
we have it. Life's handing us some more lemons.
So I thought it was Friday. I jumped the gun a little bit. I thought it was Friday and we were mixing the stuff, but it was going to be that, but it's not. It's a Wednesday.
There
so
we go.
You can have it.
Thank you for bringing it back. Thank you for bringing it back.
I'm wondering to myself,
Check my pockets.
what does G do with a lemon on a Friday? I have so many questions.
Lots of questions.
So
And
many
and
questions.
do please check his pockets before you leave studio. Seriously. Okay, so
All right, where are we at, yeah?
lemon's going in, and it's gonna. I added some of the chisanyama seasoning. Okay.
Ooh, nice.
Amazing flavor.
Yes.
So I like to let these marinate for like as long as I possibly can. But if you've got half an hour, you're winning. Okay. But I do generally pop this into a zip seal bag and into the fridge overnight.
Okay, let's just do its thing.
There we go. So I'm gonna need you to also, okay, while I'm doing this, I need you to make a white sauce for me.
Ooh, pressure's on.
You've got
okay.
this.
All right,
Okay,
how are we doing this?
Let's see. Okay, so your butter is a little brown, so now it's a brown butter bechamel. Okay, to that, if you can add your flour, what I want
so
you
we
to
got
do,
some flour
I'm
over
gonna
here.
give you,
Whisk?
I'm gonna give you a whisk.
Okay.
You basically what you wanna do now is you wanna get all that flour into the butter and you wanna toast that flour slightly. You're gonna make a bechamel, which is basically a white sauce.
okay, got
while
you.
you're doing that, I'm gonna go.
A quick one, Chef Clem. I know this is pretty hot. I've got a bit of a sizzle here. As
You can turn the heat down. Turn the
Turn it
heat
down
down.
for sure,
Yeah.
right? Okay, let me do that while you carry on with your side of things.
Okay, so I have got peppers, red onion, hearts going down, and then you just kind of repeat the process. Okay.
Okay,
I do
all right.
like doing the onion, the hearts between the onions. They kind of get perfumed that way. So I'm going peppers, onion, hearts, onion. There we go. And
Nice.
just
And
keep
then
on
again,
going.
we've got some protein coming in there. We've got iron, we've got zinc, and vitamin B are some of the added ingredients that just popped in my head now. Now I was thinking about it. I have to mention it because, hello,
What?
it's the first time you get some incredible options like this at Woolworths, knowing that you're getting that quality being assured as well. And like Chef Clem is doing right now, making a perfect balance of color, of flavor, and of, I think, an experience when it comes to eating right here.
Absolutely.
Well done, man. Listen, flour's in there. I'm pretty
cool.
happy with that.
Now,
do you want to
let's go.
toast it more?
No, let's go.
Okay,
So
let's
you
go.
stir.
All right.
Have you still got some heat going on
Yes,
there?
I've got some.
You do.
Yeah, it's,
Okay.
it's on very low, yeah.
There we go. You can stir for me,
Nice.
and it's gonna start thickening.
It smells really good. It's got like a...
It's the butter.
It is. It's got
It's
like
toasted.
that huggingness to it.
Wow.
It's really a feeling. It's no other way I can describe this taste profile other than a feeling. It hugs you.
Okay. In with a little bit of time.
Time and again.
In a bit of leeks. I actually should have sauteed the leeks first, but you know what? It's going to be amazing.
Okay.
What you can do also, you can saute some mushrooms and add mushrooms to this. This is going to be for our sampan cheese. So I'm sorry if I got the mushrooms. We'll use it for something else.
Wait. So this is actually for the recipe coming through later. We just like stepping ahead of the game
No,
here?
we're
Are we
doing two things at the same time.
Oh, wow.
We're
Okay,
multitasking.
let's go
Okay,
for it then.
So let's
Nice.
bring it up to temperature again. I was going to check your heat.
Yeah, you
here
can
we go.
turn that up.
We're going to start adding some cheddar.
Jeez,
Okay. Stir. So basically what we've done is we've taken the macaroni out the recipe and replaced it with samp. Okay. It is
smart.
so decadent. It is amazing.
And especially for South Africans, they're going to love you for this one because
yeah.
that's just tugging on nostalgic heartstrings when it comes to good food, good meals, and heritage, which is what we're talking about right now. So well played, man. Well played.
Heartstrings. You said heartstrings. Okay, cool. So in we're going to go with the Willie's sampan beans. This makes an amazing braai side because you make it today, it actually tastes better the next day.
Oh, it's one of those that just
It's
gets
one
better
of
and
those,
better
yeah.
and better. Okay,
So
I got
to
you.
have that done already, when your guests come for a braai, then kind of just focus on the meat and like a salad. But this is an amazing side.
So the biggest mistake that we probably need to correct our audience when it comes to the ingredients and the recipe inspiration is that they maybe want to double it so that they can have
Double
more
it.
leftovers, right?
Absolutely.
Put a ×2 on everything you see on the ingredients list, guys. All right, this is thickening up. The cheese is
what you
melting.
want.
It's coming together,
That's what you
man.
want. So you know this pan over here, which we were supposed to use to saute our mushrooms, what I would do is I would actually add it to that, and then I would pop it into the oven. But I've also got this for you.
okay.
I've also got extra ingredients here, extra dishes, so you can pop it in there. And what's
Okay.
quite nice, I think it's World Bacon Day today, I think.
It is? Well,
Someone
if it
can-
is, we need to celebrate that
There
for
we
sure.
go.
And also remind Mzansi that this is your culinary hotline bling. You got any questions, you got any advice that you want from the man himself? He's here all morning working for you to provide you with all the solutions when it comes to things involving the kitchen. With that being said, that's not too bad, actually.
That's right. So we've got, you can see the end version, our beautiful chicken hot kebabs, the beautiful sampan cheese. What's next? Oh, we're doing a snook.
We got
Because have
snook
to.
coming through later
Absolutely.
as well. Again, for International Baking Day, it was the 31st of August.
Oh, Baking Day?
Yes. So
Oh.
I don't know if you were thinking about that,
Almost.
maybe.
Almost.
We were close. We were
Almost.
good. We're celebrating it in hindsight. And this has definitely come together pretty nicely. This is what goes in the oven for a bake, yeah?
Exactly. Beautiful, nice little charred bits on the top. The samp absorbs all that cheese flavor, the beans as well. It's decadent. You don't need a lot because it's so rich, but it is totally, I'm going to say it, a better version than normal mac and cheese.
Yo, he said it. He said it. Better than mac and cheese. And you got to try it out. Get the recipe, get inspired, get the whole family involved. And here's our tip for this one. Times everything by 2 because it's that delicious. Chef Clem, absolutely beautiful stuff. The prize looking good, man. We just got to finish off the rest of those kebabs. So let's start stacking it and racking it because the studio is looking hungry. Nice stuff, man. All right, let's get it going. This is nice, man. Lovely. All right, so sticking this through. All right, so you went with like a bit of the, okay, I'm gonna switch it around. So I'm gonna go color.
Totally switch it around.
Color first, and then we're gonna add some onion. Then we go with the pepper, and then we bring in another heart. That's what it's about. All the colors in between my heart. ExpressoShow.com. Get this recipe, get inspired, and create a memory out of it. Yeah.
Remember that day you and I made chicken hot kebabs together?
Yes.
Yeah, now
Best
we
day
can.
ever.
Now we can.
That looks so good. I hope they can keep us. I don't know that I've ever had chicken heart before.
Only on this show will you have chicken hearts for breakfast, okay? I love it. Now, with this one, I promise you we weren't trying to send any hints, okay? It was purely in celebration of National Oral Hygiene Month, which is a thing, and it's happening right now. We are shining a spotlight on something that is often overlooked in our daily routines. Mouthwash.
All right, so listen, here's the tea. I recently visited a dentist. His name is Cole Gilbert, and I had to get the scoop on how to use mouthwash and how it can actually be a game changer for your oral health. It is definitely an educational segment proudly brought to you by Listerine. Let's take a look. Taking care of your oral hygiene is a top priority, which is exactly why I'm visiting the dentist today. Now, I am out at SVL Dentistry to visit Cole Gilbert, who is the president-elect of Oral Hygienists Association South Africa, to take me through the oral hygiene 3-step routine with Listerine. Cole, thank you so much for having me. Well, when it comes to our 3-step routine and mouthwash in particular, first of all, what is mouthwash and why is it so essential?
Mouthwash is formulated to help us or assist us in fighting gum disease or decreasing our plaque in our mouth. And it's great that it's a liquid because it reaches the areas that brushing and flossing can't reach. And I think that's why it's such an important adjunct in our 3-step routine.
At the end of the day, it's all about uplifting our oral health care. So when I think about benefits when it comes to mouthwash, how does it fight things like plaque and also gum problems?
Certain mouthwashes are formulated to help decrease the plaque load in our mouth. And how it does that is that the ingredients within a mouthwash works on the cell membrane of our plaque and the bacteria that we find in plaque, and it weakens that cell membrane so that it's easier for us to then brush away the plaque, and hence the gingivitis aspect of it is then also reduced.
When it comes to choosing the best mouthwash, we always look at ingredients. We turn around the product and we want to know what's in it. And I know mouthwash has essential oils, things like eucalyptal, as well as menthol and thymol, and then you also have methyl salicylate. So tell me a bit more about that.
So we know from research that essential oils have great antibacterial and antimicrobial benefits. If we look at things like eucalyptal, we know that it's antibacterial and antimicrobial, and therefore once again decreasing that bacterial load in the mouth. Then you have something like menthol that has a cooling effect on the gums and on the gingiva, but it also gives us that fresh breath that we seek after using a rinse as well. So those ingredients and the essential oils that all come together make it possible for us to then decrease the bacterial load in the mouth and fight off gingivitis.
So we've just touched on ingredients. Why is it so important to choose the correct mouthwash for specific needs?
So it's really critical to get a mouthwash that works for the need, because certain mouthwashes again are formulated for different things. For example, we get mouthwashes that maybe work on sensitivity, and then we have mouthwashes that are cavity protection or cavity fighting mouthwashes, and those rinses might have more fluoride in them. Then on the other hand, you get a mouthwash that's specific for gum disease that might have our essential oils in them, which we spoke about, and their benefits for gum disease as well.
Well, Cole, now that we have the knowledge unlocked, could you show me the right way to complete this clean?
So when it comes to a mouthwash, you want to swish it around in the mouth for about 30 to 60 seconds, okay? Spit it out, but don't rinse with water after, and try to stay away from anything to eat or drink for 20 minutes or so. And that's just so that the benefits of the mouthwash can be used up in the mouth.
Your mouth is your greatest treasure, so ensuring you have the right products to maintain good oral health and hygiene is absolutely vital.
How do you say hygiene?
That was good, guys.
I didn't think you were going to be brave enough to do it.
But thank you, Ralph, for being a trooper there.
I'm alive still, so you definitely did something right. I can promise you that.
Yes, but using mouthwash and following a 3-step skin routine is definitely the way to go. Mornings and evenings. I mean, Cole Gilbert really just showed me the way. I kind of knew, but he confirmed so many things that I just needed to know about our oral health, as we age especially.
Why? Look at me, man. Come on, man. No, do you know what it is? And he's on the money. It's a little bit every day, makes a big difference.
Absolutely.
It's those small incremental things.
I think that's everything that it is about. It's about consistency. And I think
Yes.
whenever we're tackling any of our goals, when you're looking at trying to bloom for this season of spring, or even maybe something like weight loss, then you definitely want to stick around, Mzansi, because that's what we are talking about in just a bit. Some tips on how to lose weight, and maybe consistency is a part of that solution.
Very interesting. Well, we definitely have so much more coming your way on your Feel Good Breakfast Show. For now, maybe this is your cue to go use some mouthwash.
How about that?
It's my feel good breakfast show.
It's your feel-good breakfast show, Expresso, here on S3. And when it comes to massages, it's not only for adults. In fact, it does wonders for everybody from a newborn to a growing baby. If this is your first baby or you need some new techniques to add to your portfolio, expert health and lifestyle programs trainer Siliziwe Chuku, and here to assist us in the whole beauty of massage. Welcome.
Hi, Carl.
Let's start off with, massaging as an idea to bond with baby and also the benefits of it, because it's not just about massage. I think a lot of new parents don't realize how effective it is in engaging with baby on more than just a muscle massage level. So tell us a bit more about that.
So massage benefits can firstly benefit you and baby. It can help you both to relax, and it's also a convenient time for you to interact with baby.
Yeah.
So this is a nice bonding moment between baby and daddy, or mommy and baby. And also it can benefit the baby specifically by developing the brain, the nerves and the muscle movement. It's also good for digestion, blood flow, colic or wind also. This is a nice way to relax the baby, and they can sleep better. And then not just the physical, but there is an emotional benefit also, where baby will now develop socially, and they'll become more confident and more independent, and they'll have a security because of you massaging the baby. But also don't forget that babies that are touched and loved more often have more of a confidence, and they feel loved. It's been shown that by research that if you massage baby less, they tend to be maybe a bit more upset by the age of 9 months. So it's good to caress, love and touch baby.
When's a good time to give baby a massage?
Any little short massage is a great time. It's up to you. Whenever your routine is suitable, you can massage baby.
Okay.
As long as you maybe make it a routine, because baby likes routine, so make sure that you keep a schedule when you're massaging baby.
This is great. I think a lot of new parents are looking at each other saying, you don't keep a schedule of massaging me. I got you, but this, at least it's good for baby. So let's talk about the duration of the massage for baby and how often we should be doing it.
So 10 to 15 minutes is a good time to massage baby. It's more convenient to do it after bath time. So this way the baby is already...
Particular moment there, it's got to be so important for that baby.
Yes, it is important because it gives any caregiver like dads and uncles and grandparents time to bond with baby, and also it also helps them relax. So as you're massaging, you are also connecting with baby, and you are creating almost a community where you have other people. It takes a village to raise a child, as we always say.
Yes.
So in this, we are able to then give mom a chance to have a break, but also you are creating a bond with the whole family.
Can we talk about, let's just say, the do's and don'ts? I think it's important to go here because with baby you have to be delicate. So what type of things should we be doing when preparing for a massage?
So you need a warm room. You make sure that everything is prepared beforehand.
Yes.
Don't leave baby unattended. But also make sure that baby is in the right mood. You take the cues from the baby. You look at your baby and you say, is baby ready for massage? Is baby feeling okay? Baby's not hungry. It's not feeding time. Baby has napped and is in a good mood.
This is great. And now let's talk about products for a second.
So I would suggest using an oil. Johnson's baby oil is a good example because it makes your hands soft like butter. I prefer it because it enhances the oil. It gives you smooth strokes when you're massaging baby. If you don't have oil, you can use the Johnson's Aqueous Cream also, or a lotion to massage baby. Yes, this is a good way to make sure that baby is great, relaxed and massaged. It's like a gift you can give to your own baby.
This is great. Siliziwe, as always, you are such a great guide for new parents, so we thank you so much for this.
It's a pleasure.
And as you can hear, a massage. Like, if you haven't got the message, well, just get the massage. Let's think about that for a second. There's truly nothing better than a soothing massage for your baby. After all, a happy baby means a happy mommy and daddy. And Johnson's Baby is all about assisting you to create a happy village.
Oh, thank you,
Nice.
Carl. That was some
Yeah.
really good advice there.
It was indeed. And again, I think consistency is at most one of the most important
think
factors
so.
there. But great advice coming through. Thank you for that incredible conversation. And we're going to keep the conversation going right now, yeah?
Absolutely, because we've got a good morning post that we put out there, and we've asked you this one question. What's one area in your life where you're looking to bloom this spring? And we've asked you to hit us up on our socials or even on our WhatsApp line on 0634088863.
Yeah, now I heard something going crazy in the studio earlier, it was this phone. And this is the phone that gets to see all your comments online right now. And wow, it is blowing up. I'm going to start off with Janine Collins, obviously says, good morning, breakfast team. Have a wonderful Wednesday. Thank you so much. But let's look at some of our answers. So Teresa Micah says, good morning, my beautiful, beloved Expresso family. Let go and let God.
Ooh, that's
I like that. It will be great for my mental health, financially too, and that will be a bonus for me this spring.
Nice.
I
Let
like what's
go
been
and
said.
let God. Suspend control. I'm here for that, absolutely. Well,
Yeah.
we have another one from Jasmine Fisher saying, good morning, Expresso team. One thing I love, spring is my day mouth to be faithful in the Lord. Definitely a nice little point to remember that, you know, God comes first and we got to be faithful in our spiritual journeys.
Yeah.
That is stunning. Thank you for that.
We've got lots of
reminder.
comments, as you can see. I'm running through them all now, but we've got a big one here from Setu. Let's just see if we can expand that one. Yes. Nice. So it says, I had to postpone a lot of workshops this winter because of rains. I freelance on facilitating workshops around GBV and mental health, and that's to the youth and old people. I also visit schools, organizations, and hope there won't be much rains this spring so that I can be able to spread what's right to the communities. I believe with my involvement as well with GBV, we will be a thing of the past.
Wow.
I urge all other young people to join this quest so that we can create a safer world for everyone. Wow, I love that.
beautiful
So Setu's
work.
praying for no rain so he can keep being a vessel to do that incredible work.
Wow.
Setu, we absolutely love you. I love this work.
And
Incredible.
we're praying to the rain gods to keep the rain away. That's
Listen, there's
official
been
dance.
so many comments. We're going to try and find another moment to go through them. But Mzansi, thank you for coming through, sharing some inspirational advice and something that I think we can all jump on when it comes to the bandwagon of blooming this spring. I absolutely love it. Come through with more comments, come through with voice notes, and hopefully we can share with Mzansi and share it with the rest of the world.
Yeah, for now, though, it's time to perhaps lose some weight. Here's some advice if you're looking to go down that path, all to do with sustainable weight loss and maybe possibly some injections. But don't be scared, all right? Let's have a look.
Okay.
You're still on your Feel Good Breakfast show right here on S3. And my lovely, one thing I know about us, right, is that we're gearing up for the warmer season. And the reason that I say I know this about us is because so many of us are talking about it, weight loss. Now, when it comes to that, it is a sensitive topic. However, something that people tend to forget is that you need to find a weight loss path that is sustainable and is good for you and actually healthy for you as well. This is why we are with our family from the Medical Nutritional Institute, and we have got researcher Ashley Smith with us to talk about injections and their sustainability when it comes to weight loss. So there's currently a lot of excitement around injections when it comes to weight loss. Why is that?
Yeah, there are various solutions that have been developed for weight loss, and injectables are just part of that. So some injectables target mechanisms in the body that are involved in appetite regulation, in metabolic regulation, and then in burning fat. And currently, there's a lot of attention given to injectables in the GLP-1 classification, and this is largely driven by social media as well as the promises of rapid weight loss with minimal effort.
And I think that everybody's always looking for a quick fix, but sometimes it's not the best thing for you, which is why then I want to ask you, you know, in terms of us finding out about how some of these really do work really quickly, how do we find the balance in terms of making sure that it's also really healthy for us?
Yeah, so at M&I, we always emphasize that your health should be the top priority. So to find the balance between the risks and the benefits, you need to empower yourself with knowledge. On one hand, losing weight has numerous health benefits because being overweight can lead to the development of diabetes and cardiovascular disease. But then on the other hand, you also need to be aware of the potential risks and side effects associated with the given solution. So there is concern that with rapid weight loss, especially if it's not accompanied by proper eating and a regular exercise, it can also lead to rapid muscle degeneration, and that also leads to other health complications.
Oh, wow. You see, things like that I don't think people knew. Muscle degeneration is a very bad thing. We don't want that. Yeah. But now speak to me about this, because I feel like it's something that can be sometimes expensive for certain people, depending on what injectable you are deciding on. So what advice do you have for people who aren't maybe looking to go in that route?
Yeah, it's important to not put unrealistic expectations on yourself and instead just focus on achieving healthy and sustainable weight loss. Of course, rapid weight loss is very tempting, but we must also remember that a weight loss rate of 500 to 600 grams per week is actually considered far more healthy and more sustainable.
Sure. But now, how do we see M&I helping us out if we are looking for other options?
So M&I has dedicated the past 20 years to researching sustainable weight loss, and we have developed Antaglin. Antaglin contains a combination of advanced plant-derived ingredients that target multiple biochemical pathways in order to optimize your metabolism.
Sure.
So what it does is it helps you to burn more energy and store less fat. Antaglin can be used from the age of 12 years onward, making it a really useful and a great option to target weight problems early on in life and at the onset. And then we also offer additional lifestyle support. We have our expert-developed insulin-friendly CAPE meal plan and our convenient at-home exercise routines, and both of those are available for free on our website. You can get Antaglin at your nearest pharmacy. Just remember to insist on the original, or you can get it online at mnilifestyle.co.za, and we actually offer discount options if you go for the online purchase.
I love that. And you said plant-derived, right?
Yes, plant-based.
I like anything that's plant-based, and I love the fact that it's going to help me to get my summer body. So thank you very much, Ashley.
No problem.
You heard it here first, baby. You can get that summer body in the healthiest way possible. And honestly, my friend, it is all about exploring those options. Make sure that it is the right one for you, and more than anything else, that it is good for your body. And here's to finding a sustainable way for weight loss for you and your body.
It's all about the balance, and this morning I feel like we've got the most beautifully balanced show that is letting the finer arts shine. And representing that very much is the Symposium of South African Composers, very proudly represented by Ben and Lisa and an incredible choir that's going to be performing just for us this morning. A little bit for me, but mainly for you guys, to give you just a taste of what to expect. Stick around.
Very dry, tight, sensitive skin. Relieve itchy skin in just 60 seconds with Aveeno Skin Relief Moisturizing Lotion. Aveeno.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back, you beauties. Thank you so much for rejoining what has been the most amazing show this morning. Absolutely loving it, and it's going to get even better. Why? Because we're going to introduce you to an incredible platform right now. Joining us is composer and flutist Lisa Briel, along with Ben van Niekerk, who is a choir conductor at the Aurum Cantores, and they are here to chat about the upcoming symposium event taking place this September. Let's give them a very feel-good welcome. Good morning. Thank you so much for being here. I wish we had a massive live studio audience, because that's what performances like this do warrant. And I'm so glad that we've been given just a taste with that sound check, and you guys are in for an absolute treat in a moment. But let's get a bit of background. Lisa, thank you so much for being here. I know you've got a busy time ahead of you and a very firm focus on, it feels like, the bigger picture. When you can get people to come together within your space like this, it must be a very powerful thing, because you're often in your own lane, doing your job day to day, fighting the good fight, but in a very narrow space. We are widening that up. Give us some background into the symposium.
So the Symposium for South African Composers, or we just call it SOSAC.
As we do, yeah.
It is at Stellenbosch University next week from the 8th to the 12th of September. And it is just a program with so many performances, so many shows, academic things. It's going to be a lot of fun. So what we're planning on doing is every night there will be a performance, a show. There would be an orchestra, there will be wind band, there will be a gala concert, there will be all kinds of things. And then in the mornings, we'll have more of lectures, kind of more academic things, teaching anyone who wants to learn. And in the afternoons, we have master classes, more practically based things about African music, about jazz with Ramon Alexander. We have oral, organ things, all kinds of things. So.
I love this. Like the term, I use the term preaching to the choir quite a lot, but this is literally what you are doing here. You've made it accessible, and I think it's a space within music that often, unless you've got the right person, the right mentor, the right school structure kind of introducing you, we often miss out on the biggest pool of talent because people just don't know what's available. But you've also got to sharpen the tip of the spear. Those that are actually practicing the music every day, living the craft, need to be able to speak to each other to raise that baseline. What is the impact here when you kind of have the opportunity to catch your breath and look at that bigger picture? How much of a difference does this symposium make now, coming into its second year, which is brilliant?
I think it strongly creates a platform for composers all over the country to come together, to share ideas, to interact with each other, because it can be quite an isolated career path. You're just sitting behind your computer, clacking away every day.
In your world.
In your own world. But the symposium definitely creates a platform for young artists to be exposed to what is in the bigger world. It also enables the performers themselves to perform some new works, and not just your Beethoven, not just your Mozart that everyone knows already. So it creates this inclusive environment that a lot of different strands of the music world can come together, especially for the composers who can experiment, who can try new things, who get the exposure to actually play around with what their sound could potentially develop into. And we are creating the new composers of our era.
I love that. And what a powerful point to punctuate as well, because I recently had the pleasure of meeting a composer who's working on like Star Wars and crazy stuff like that. It's in the music. It's in the finer nuance. It's in the emotion. It's being able to live that. But you've got to have, again, the structures that support that to see us attain that sort of level. You seem to have found a beautiful balance here of being able to speak to those that are literally at the top of their field and be able to spread that love and introduce maybe new inspiration to those generations, but also engage with that generation, make it really accessible. So you've run through some amazing things that are happening. What's the best way to get the most out of this? If you're someone who's interested in this space, wanting to become a composer specifically, why is this such a powerful thing to be a part of, and how do we get the most out of it?
I think if you go, it's a vibrant symposium. So if you go with the mind of socializing, with networking, with meeting performers, but meeting other composers, meeting everyone that's around you in the field. I think that is amazing. And then also for anyone wanting to watch, if you don't have to be this hectic music person, it is there for everyone else. I think you will still find so many things that you find interesting and that you will actually really enjoy listening to.
I find with these sorts of moments, because you're getting original music a lot of the time, you're getting an unforgettable, never experienced before moment in the history of art, which is a very, very beautiful thing in itself. How do we get there? How do we plug in? How do we capitalize on the opportunity?
So you can get tickets on WebTicket. There's under SOSAC, under the symposium, there is all the shows that is there. You can go in there, you can book a ticket. You can just pitch up at the symposium and get a ticket at the door.
Brilliant.
You can go on the website. So there's a whole website for the symposium at sacomposers.com, and you can get the tickets there. But yeah, don't miss it. You will.
It's a beautiful part of the world to hear beautiful music and connect with beautiful minds. And I think it's that element, the creation of the strategic network. Just very quickly, Ben, you're going to be stepping onto stage in just a moment. Tell us a bit more about your performance. What are you going to perform for us right now?
So with Autumn Cantores, who's my ensemble, our little project ensemble, we were going to perform an arrangement done by myself of a very, very famous hymn that we usually sing in church called Soos 'n Wildsbok. And I generally hope everyone enjoys it.
I have no doubt they will. Ben, you can go and take to the stage. Lisa, thank you so much for being here. And doing this. I have a feeling for the artists that are really sitting on that cusp, this is going to make all the difference. Ladies and gentlemen, just a little taste of the symposium that hits Stellenbosch next week. It is the incredible Aurum Cantores. Enjoy.
I introduce to you Suisse Wildsport, written many, many years ago, arranged by myself, performed by Aurum Cantores.
Aurum Cantore, thank you so much. We'll keep all of the details up on how you can plug in, but as Lisa said, you can go to Stellenbosch, just rock up and connect. If you're a composer or someone looking to take your first few steps into that magical world, this is your opportunity. Absolutely beautiful.
Yeah, and what an opportunity. I definitely feel a little bit more graceful and inspired after that one.
Lighter.
We're going to keep the good stuff coming your way, Mzansi, and a lot to look forward to. Ayanda's on an adventure. She's doing something with ABSA, and let me tell you, it's a little bit of fun, a little bit of memories, and something that I think you might want to get involved in too.
And celebrating women. I'm going to say that Heritage Month can be a Women's Month 2.0 because we are going to introduce you to an incredible opportunity to shine a light on those heroes, the women that are keeping our communities propped up. Leanne Williams, our bestie, is here from Good Hope FM. She embodies exactly that, and she's going to give us the lowdown in just a moment. My girl. Yay!
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back, you beauties. We thought we'd sneak in for a very quick edition of your culinary hotline. Bling, ding, ding, ding. So we've been exploring our Heritage Day dishes, and of course, the amazing Chef Clem has been putting his spin on some amazing stalwarts within the kitchen. So before we whip up a very quick little side here, I'd like you, please, if you can, to recap what we have created.
Yes.
Because there is some magic happening here, and you might be a little confused. So I called this a bobotie about 5 times, then I called it a mac and cheese. I was way off. So talk us through what you created here a little bit earlier this morning, my friend.
So we're taking a classic, which is macaroni and cheese. We've taken the macaroni out, okay? And we used woolly sampan beans, which is amazing. You don't have to cook it for hours. It's already done. So it goes into that bechamel cheese sauce that we've made. And like I said, add smoked chicken, add bacon, add what you want to it, add mushrooms, make it
because
like...
the sap just draws flavor.
It sucks up all that flavor. So it goes into the oven like you would a normal mac and cheese, and it is so decadent. It is amazing.
All right, buddy. And then I think the showstopper, I know we have got our glazed snook coming up in just a moment. And I think that might have been the first meal. I think I started in around April on this show, so I made a lot of snook with, with apricot, so I cannot wait for that. Please talk me through these sasatis. You can get busy on our side salad there while we do it. But what am I going to be having a little taste of right here?
Okay, chicken heart. Marinated in a little bit of chisinama seasoning, salt, pepper, nice and easy, nice and light. Good protein. I love the texture of it. I love the flavor of it. I've kept it simple, just some peppers and onions. Boom. And this is great because when the guests come in, and you said you're going to braai at 2, okay? Things happen, and you might not be eating at 2.
Yeah.
This cooks so quickly that your guests will have something to eat while they're busy doing the rest of their socializing. But giving them this is amazing. Then take your time with the rest of it.
100%. It's about having those little, like, stocking fillers, I call them. Like, just lead people along the way. That is delicious.
You want to do a challenge?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, cool. Let's see how quickly you can make a salad. By the way, salads, right?
30 seconds.
Toss salads aren't a thing, okay? Be proper with your salad. So you got 30 seconds, G, going for the cucumber first. Okay, this is your technique. Graham, where's the salad? The meat's ready, Graham.
It's coming, baby. What do you mean salad?
Cool.
We never have a salad at the braai. What are you talking about? I don't understand.
You don't?
No, we always have salads. I love salads. I love salads. What is the vibe for it? Okay, go. Some
Go there, I'll get the rest
we're going
of the
to swap sides. With a salad, you do have to have something that's kind of fresh to balance things out, eh?
So you're going for leeks, you're going for cucumber, you're going for feta with a bit of saltiness, a bit of brininess. Tomatoes are awesome. The peppers are in there. You're doing this 30 seconds. I'm pretty sure it's been like 60 already.
It's probably been about 5 minutes.
It doesn't
While you whip up the vinaigrette, we are going to put the finishing touches on, and then, yes, when the culinary hotline, bling, ting, 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 returns, we are making snook with a beautiful apricot jam glaze.
This is the quickest salad I've ever made in my life. Look at that happiness. And I like how chunky it is, man. Ta-da! Salad.
Boom.
Salad.
Baby, it's here. It's ready. Love. All right, let's get into the news. Ciao.
Absolutely delicious. Please keep me some of that salad along with the hearts, guys. Well, it's just gone 8 o'clock. We got to check in with that national news. Now we get started here where President Cyril Ramaphosa says South Africa is well positioned to become a leader in the green energy and related industries. Speaking in Shenzhen, China, ahead of the 9th China-Africa Cooperation Summit yesterday, Ramaphosa expressed admiration for Shenzhen's rapid development and technological advancements. Now he urged Chinese companies to invest in South Africa to foster economic growth and development. Ramaphosa also encouraged investors to explore opportunities within the African Free Trade Area, aiming to introduce a new wave of industrialization to South Africa and the broader continent. Now, sticking to news on the country, Statistics South Africa reported a 0.4% GDP growth in the second quarter, following an upward revision of the first quarter's growth from minus 0.1% to 0%. Key contributors to the positive figure include finance, property, business services, and 7 other industries. However, the transport, storage, and communication industry saw a slight decline, and the agriculture, forestry, and fishing sectors underperformed. Notably, the absence of load shedding in the second quarter boosted the electricity, gas, and water supply industry, according to Stats South Africa. And looking further afield at your international news, Ugandan opposition leader Bobi Wine has sustained a leg injury during an encounter with a policeman, according to his personal assistant. Now, the pop star turned politician who was reportedly shot is being treated at a hospital in Kampala. The incident occurred while he was on his way to visit his lawyers. The police stated that Wine had stumbled while entering his vehicle and that an investigation is underway to determine the facts. Wine, whose real name is Robert Aganulani, says is the most popular among young people and has been arrested and assaulted numerous times. U.S. President Joe Biden has criticized Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu for not doing enough to secure a ceasefire with Hamas and release hostages. This comes after the death of an American-Israeli hostage and 5 others in Gaza's Rafah tunnel. The incident has intensified the push for a ceasefire. Now, Biden, along with Deputy President Kamala Harris, is reviewing progress on a proposal from the U.S., Egypt and Qatar. Reports suggest Biden may present a final ceasefire proposal this week. Meanwhile, Netanyahu faces mounting pressure in Israel, including widespread protests and a national strike. Now, for today, we close off with this really interesting story where 9-year-old Elise de Toy was just relaxing on her grandparents' porch in Nkweba when she spotted something unusual, a dark rock falling from the sky. Now, it landed near a wild fig tree in the garden, and curious, she picked it up. To her amazement, the rock was warm to the touch with a shiny black exterior and concrete-like grey interior. Now, the intriguing find sparked a flurry of excitement among scientists from 3 institutions who have been working tirelessly to uncover the mysterious of Nkweba meteorite, identifying it as a rare achondritic meteorite. The experts delve deeper into the secrets, and Elise remains a young heroine on this extraordinary discovery, a keen eye helping unlock the mysteries of space. Really lovely news there, a young hero, if you will. That's where we close up your news. Now let's head into sports to see if there are any other heroes.
Well, Chris, I think we're going to give it to the administrators this morning. Why? Because the All Blacks will be embarking on their first full tour of South Africa in 30 years in 2026, featuring 8 matches. That includes 3 test matches, 4 games against URC clubs, and then vital for the development of young players, a clash against SAA. This tour marks, in fact, the 30th anniversary of the All Blacks' last tour here in South Africa in 1996 when they won that series 2-1. And the Springboks will then reciprocate with a tour to New Zealand in 2030. This is vital for the structures of rugby. Certainly Southern Hemisphere rugby, a massive, massive move. Well done. Now let's turn to cricket, and lots to get excited about as Cricket South Africa has named a 15-player squad for the Proteas Women's T20 International Series against Pakistan, that being the build-up to the ICC Women's T20 World Cup 2024 happening now in the UAE. So Captain Laura Wolvaardt leading in her first World Cup, congratulations. She is joined by stalwarts Marizanne Kapp and Ayabonga Kaka, and the newcomers like Seshni Naidu looking to put their hand up. The team faces Pakistan from the 16th to the 20th of September, and then they kick off their World Cup campaign officially on the 4th of October up against the West Indies. Now onto football, and it seems he's okay for now. Man United Chief Executive Omar Berrada has reaffirmed the club's support for manager Erik ten Hag, expressing optimism, in fact, about the team's long-term prospects, both domestically and in Europe. And despite a challenging start, to say the least, to this season, with United currently 14th in the Premier League, that compounded by their 3-0 loss to Liverpool, Berrada believes the club is on the right track following a positive transfer window and some new leadership in the boardroom. I think this message to the players and fans and the financial sector as much as anybody else. Now let's turn back to the US Open as the stars continue to fall. Taylor Fritz powered past Alexander Zverev to secure his first Grand Slam semi-final at the US Open yesterday. The 12th seed defeating the 4th seed and the 2020 runner-up in a hard-fought encounter, 7-6, 3-6, 6-4 and 7-6. So with Zverev's exit, world number 1 Jannik Sinner, last man standing, the last remaining top 4 player in the draw after surprising early exits from Novak Djokovic and Carlos Alcaraz. So we're not going to get the showdown we were hoping would shut the year's Grand Slams down, but still some star tennis on offer there. And that's where we leave our sport for this Wednesday morning. Let's get another look at the roads.
Thank you, G-Man. And let's dive into the world of traffic right now. And the roads seem very busy. We're going to start in Hillbrow in Johannesburg. Now, there's been an accident at Crown Interchange. So please do take note of the delays in and around the area and plan your route accordingly. Well, the list goes on, and we now move over to Cape Town. And in Plattekloof, there's congestion on the N1 inbound at Plattekloof. And again, you have to expect delays if you are passing through this area and allow for more added travel time. We're sticking to Cape Town now, and Cape Town Airport is experiencing a stationary vehicle on the airport approach road, and that's eastbound. You can see from the visuals that the road coming in from the N2 is now experiencing delays. That right lane is currently obstructed, and there are no delays, but the approach to this should be taken very carefully. We stick to Cape Town and move to Somerset West because there's heavy congestion on the N2 outbound. This before Victoria Road. So again, you can definitely expect delays in this area. Cape Town showing a lot of traffic because Bellville has some congestion on the N1 inbound at Jip de Jager. And again, from the visuals, you can expect delays. And then moving away from Cape Town and back to Gauteng in Bedfordview, there's a stationary truck on the N3 northbound at Galuli's interchange. This affecting the left lane. So again, please do drive carefully when passing through. Now, lastly, we have a video to share with you and a warning for those in Willows in Pretoria. Looks like there are animals which might be springboks, if I'm not mistaken, and they are running in the road. So again, if you are in the area of Willows, please slow down if you see them and allow them to pass. And again, have a safe journey on the roads today. Buckle up, stay safe, and plan accordingly. From the roads now to the sky, let's find out what's happening one last time in the world of weather. Yeah, well, the roads are full of bucks, but I don't know if it's going to be raining cats and dogs. The animals might be at bay, but South African Weather Service has issued a yellow level 1 warning, and that's for damaging winds in the southeastern Northern Cape. Now, this could lead to hazardous driving conditions, debris scattering, and a rapid fault fire spreading. Now, extreme fire danger is also anticipated in the eastern parts of the Northern Cape, the western parts of the Free State, and the Northwest Province, along with the Northern Eastern Cape and Beaufort West Municipality in the Western Cape. However, the risk of fire damage to infrastructure and commercial plantations was mitigated after successful pre-fires prevented spread in the Garden Route National Park mountains. Well, we thank all those fighting and being a part of those efforts. But for now, though, let's celebrate one last time our sunrise view of the hour. This is our 8 a.m. edition, and oh my goodness me. Poppy Swart from Tualume sent in an absolute piece of art. Look at this. If you don't know what's going on right now, that's the sun and its incredible, powerful rays just skirting across the ocean. And the colors, the hues, everything about this, it is absolute magic. Poppy, this is a winner. Wow, thank you for this one, coming through with the good stuff. And here's a reminder to you, Mzansi, if you can beat a picture like this, then please send it through to the number 063-408-8860, because clearly we are inspired by your shots of your sunrise views, and we want to share it with the rest of the country. For now, though, let's share one last look at your temperatures that you can expect on your side of town.
Absolutely, it's going to take some beating. Beautiful,
What a
beautiful
shot.
sunrise picture. Well, there might be one thing that could possibly beat waking up to that view, waking up to a whole lot of moolah. And if you play Lotto, Lotto plus 1 or Lotto plus 2, there is the small matter of 35 million rand in total estimated jackpots up for grabs this Wednesday, and it could be you celebrating those millions. So what are you waiting for? Go and play. You can play Lotto for an estimated 30 million, Lotto plus 1 for an added 4, Lotto plus 2 for another 1 million rand today. Why not play all
Yeah, just about the millions. I'm here for it. So here's how you do it. You want to buy your tickets today in store. You're going to head over to the nationallottery.co.za website. There's the mobile app. You can use cell phone banking, or you can simply dial *120 *7529 hash and then follow the USSDs. It's really that simple.
And because I haven't listened to a word you've said, I've literally just been spending that
Don't worry,
30
don't
plus
worry. It's
million.
all good.
I'm going to go back onto the Expresso social media pages to have another look. We'll keep all of those details there just to make sure that you've got everything down so you can play and hopefully win. Lotto, Lotto plus 1 and Lotto plus 2 for an estimated 35 million rand up for grabs, and hopefully it's heading your way. And of course, I feel like I've won $1 million and more because we are surrounded by warrior women today.
That we are. Leanne, can I just tell you, this is such a moment for me because from our radio streets to the TV, I mean, the OG's in the building.
OGs have arrived and it
bow
feels
down.
absolutely amazing. We're going to take a very quick break because when we return, we're talking all things Warrior Woman Awards 2024.
Yes, baby.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back to your Feel Good Breakfast Show in the final hour, and we kept the best for last. Let me tell you, we are thrilled to welcome back a familiar face to Expresso Show. We got to applause for Leanne Williams is in the building. Yes! An incredible queen who's just been making waves everywhere she goes. You might know her from Good FM. She's got the morning show going there. And in August, she just released something new, celebrating women across the Western Cape.
And we love the sound of it. It just fits right here.
Absolutely.
Good Hope FM has launched the incredible inaugural Warrior Woman Awards, a prestigious annual event that shines a light on South Africa's most remarkable women from all walks of life, from those entrepreneurs to the unsung heroes, and there are many. This initiative is all about celebrating those who make a positive impact and inspire us all. Oh, you have ticked every box, my friend. It is so good to have you here. We're going to give you like your 5th round of applause. Does it feel weird coming back into this
It
space?
really does, but in a good way. In a good way. I was so nervous coming back here
Really?
because this is the first time since 2019 that I've been
pre-pandemic.
back. It's pre-pandemic, and I was so nervous because I'm just like, is anybody still gonna like remember me?
I felt exactly the same way. Girl.
Yeah,
No, I know
security
exactly
gonna
what you
stop me and say, "Who are you? Get out!" But the welcome was so warm. I mean, it just feels like I was here yesterday. That's how beautiful it's been.
And upstairs are loving you. They love having you back here at the Shine. So please, to all the beautiful women upstairs, our warrior women upstairs. And I love the fact that you still had time to play a trick on Lucian and pretend that you were
Always.
late. Just to,
Always.
and of course, we bear the brunt of that. Girl, it doesn't surprise me at all that you are the figurehead driving something like this, because it's always been a part of your purpose with how you live your life on air, whether that's on TV or on radio. But talk me through that purpose. Why are we doing these awards? What was the thrust?
So Warrior Woman Awards was birthed 6 years ago when I got my first opportunity to walk from doing news on Good Hope FM to hosting my own show.
Sure.
And this was from 12 to 3. It was the very first time that I'd hosted my own
I can
radio
remember
show.
that moment.
It was crazy, it was daunting, but I remember the very first thing that I said to our marketing manager at the time, Megan Kiefer, as I said, I've really been given such amazing opportunities in my life by women that I want to use this opportunity and this platform to support women and tell their stories and hopefully shine a light for young girls who are watching us right now, who never ever thought that they could do great things. And I'm not saying that this is necessarily the only thing that's great, but there's a lot of great things.
But it
just
helps to connect the dots,
inspiration, you know, inspiration. And I don't want to just have a radio show. I wanted to change lives. And that's how Warrior Woman was birthed 6 years ago. Bonnie and Mbuli was still my very first guest. We had such a beautiful, heartfelt conversation. And after that, I said, we're onto something. We need to build this, we need to grow this, we need to support women, and we need to do great things with it.
And I hate to say it, but often the mentorship role within the women's space isn't there because there's one woman, 9 men, and you've got to fight that battle before you even can get connected to a female exec that looks like you or a broadcaster that looks like you. Love that.
I absolutely do, Lee. And like from one woman to another, I love what you do on radio. There isn't that much space for us during the week because we know it is male dominated. And for you to just own that space, it is so beautiful for me to just watch and take notes time and time again. But I do want to delve into Warrior Women in particular. You've mentioned inspiration, and of course you mentioned all the women that you're providing an opportunity for. So from the unsung hero to the leader in tech perhaps that we all know about, I'm really interested in that inspirational topic about it. And what are the categories that people can actually do?
So there are 12 categories, and I would, when it comes to women, you actually need to have 100 categories.
Yeah.
You know, that is how
Do you have crossover
capable
categories?
we are. That is how capable we are. So the first few that I came up with are broad. So you can really fit any woman from any sphere of life, from any industry into those categories, from social impact champion to entrepreneur, to leadership, to visionary leader, to trailblazer. They are really broad. So you could come from any industry, but your own journey is what's going to put you in a particular category. Then there are those that are a bit more specific, like sport, like arts, like a lifetime achievement. You got to have had a lifetime in that career. Don't be like 21 and be like, my whole life, I have,
Hey, this
you
is
know.
the content creators era. It might actually happen, eh?
Exactly.
And with reason.
Young achiever, you know. So there are 12 incredible categories, and it really just is about every single one of us looking at who's in my family, who's in my circle of friends, who's in my community, who's in the organization or company that I work at. You know women who are going to fit into those 12 categories. And can I tell you, Graham, the people that are surprising me the most and giving me so much joy, men.
Yeah.
Men are coming to me and saying, I'm going to nominate this one and this one and this one and this. They've jumped on board with this campaign so much and are just embracing it. And the amount of love that I've received for what is to come with this awards it's mind-blowing and it's humbling for me.
Expected.
When you look at what, for instance, Kaz has done with the G Sport Awards, and I'll always start with sport as being a massive platform like that, but there is a different kind of validation when it comes from within your own set, when you see yourself represented, and we talk about representation all the time. What I love about this is when we think of the women that you work with, represent this as much as anybody else. To Lucia, these producers that are winning awards and are just as good on air, there is something about that. That being said, we've got to get the votes in, and we've got to get these women onto the platform. How do we do that?
So it's really simple. All you have to do is go to www.goodhopefm.co.za, check out the 12 categories, and then once you have identified the category that you want to nominate these women into, you simply go to marketing at goodhopefm.co.za, and you just give us the category and then the criteria.
The motivation.
Each award has criteria that needs to be met.
Of course.
And it's as simple as that. It'll take you maybe 10 minutes of your time, and who knows, you could be making a massive difference in the life of that particular woman and also all of the other women who are going to be inspired by her story.
I just wish you had another half of your career on top of this so I could nominate you for the Lifetime Achievement Award.
Listen.
Okay, but I think you're still in the newcomer space with the rest of us here.
I'm fresh here, Leanne, please.
I love this because we get a front row seat to know what this actually means. And I've seen what a difference it can make in the sporting space, in the broadcast space. But most importantly, it's the decision makers, the executives, those business leaders. You are changing the game, sister.
Absolutely.
We love you
Thank
for this.
you.
Is there a closing date, or are we going to leave
The closing date is on the 8th of September,
Oh,
so
get on
only a few days left. And I really just want to encourage everyone to jump on board with this. I am absolutely clear on this one fact, that I am here today because there were women who spoke my name in rooms that I wasn't even in. So I want to do the same for so many women out there as well. I mean, we have a powerhouse, Patience Stevens, that has given so many other women the opportunity to be on screen. So we're surrounded by them. They're not far. They're a stone throw away. So we all need to jump on board and just create an opportunity for young women who maybe look at their station in life, look at their circumstances, look at their challenges, and saying, how can I possibly reach my dreams? You can. You
smash through that ceiling. I love
Shout out
that.
Mama P too.
Come on now.
And shout out to you, Leanne, the actual warrior woman, providing the space for so many other warrior women. Make sure you check out goodfm.co.za for all of those details. Thank you, Lee.
Thanks, guys.
What an incredible conversation. And I think for this warrior woman, no nomination is needed. You deserve a grand prize. It is you. And I don't think we're going to be just celebrating women in August. I think we should honor them and uplift them all year round. So, Mzansi, why don't we do exactly that? And I think with ABSA, we have the opportunity to share this commitment continually by celebrating and empowering women. And recently, Ayanda had a fantastic experience at one of ABSA's events dedicated to spotlighting and empowering women. Let's take a look.
Hello. We are absolutely thrilled to be at the extraordinary ABSA Women's Day event today, a celebration of the incredible women who wear many hats and make a difference every single day. At ABSA, the story of women truly matters, and today is all about honoring their achievements and contributions. Let's celebrate their strength and diversity that women bring to our lives and our world.
Why is it important for ABSA to celebrate women? Well, we really believe in empowering Africa's tomorrow together, one story at a time. And we really want to do that through the amazing women, not just in South Africa, but the rest of our continent. We believe that women are really going to change the world when it comes to poverty, when it comes to equality, to diversity, to inclusivity. Through our sisterhood, we really want to invest in women, not just in business, but in lifestyle environments, in sports. So we've invested almost 9.4 billion. From a procurement perspective into female businesses. 61% of our colleagues are actually women, with 39% of those sitting at a board level. 61%. Unreal. Isn't that like double what other companies are doing probably? Well, globally, the statistic is much lower than that. So we're definitely leading the whole idea of driving equality within the working environment.
Paul, what an informative panel. I absolutely enjoyed watching it. And you touched a bit about She's Next initiative. Please, can you tell us more about that? I know a lot of people would be interested.
Absolutely. She's Next is a first in South Africa development program that ABSA has partnered with Visa to deliver. It's something that Visa has done with other partners in other markets. CC, EMEA, and this year was the first time in Sub-Saharan Africa. Kenya was delivered a few months ago, and for the South African context, we opened the competition in July. It has 3 objectives in particular. The first being to create networks for women, to give them access to insights about the sectors and industries that they operate in. The second one is growth through a specially curated development program based on the dynamics of the economy that we operate in. And the last one, of course, is access to markets and access to finance, which is something that every business needs.
For someone who's in beauty and cosmetics, I think one thing that I took away is asking for help, right? Asking for help when it comes to financial needs, whether it's funding, whether it's mentorship programs, and women just really offering themselves to help people like myself.
Wow, I have so many reasons why women should be celebrated. But one reason is that women give birth. We are the ones who bring life to this world. We are the caregivers. So even when we lead from our heart and from our head. So, watinta wafazi, watinti mbogoto.
Wow, as a woman, you can truly feel the love at this event. Not only are we being celebrated, but we are being adored and most importantly, heard. Our stories matter, our stories are valid and important. Thank you, ABSA.
I love it. I love the fact that we are continuing Women's Month, every day for the rest of this year, and ABSA are really putting their money where their mouth is.
They are indeed, and these are the conversations that we need to highlight, not just for this month, but I think for the rest of the year. We really are empowering women, and it's not just the right thing to do, it is the smart thing to do as well. Yeah. And I think it was absolutely lovely to see these women being celebrated all year round, and I think with that, we need to carry on celebrating them, right?
Yeah, and we are surrounded by phenomenal women.
Check them out.
There are stories of creators, and we're inspired by them all. We invite you to write your story with us. Your story matters. ABSA.
Yes, we continue celebrating wonderful women on your Feel Good Breakfast show. And of course, I've got one right next to me. We try to keep her here as long as possible, maybe forever. Who knows? I think that would be fantastic. Just putting the word out there. But we've got still so much to come on your Feel Good Breakfast show. Lee's going to tell you why we're in the kitchen. But before we get there, we've got an incredible little snippet of a performance to bring to you from the Symposium of South African concert that's coming up. It's going to be absolutely excellent. And we've got a teaser waiting for you.
Absolutely. So coming up after the break, it's a snook braai. Don't be a snook. It's time to cook.
It's my Feel Good Breakfast show.
We're still on your Feel Good Breakfast show, making you feel the best you can on this Wednesday morning. Now, as we wrap up our Heritage Month menu, there's no better way to honor tradition than with a mouth-watering fried snook. I've been waiting for this moment. And please join us as we fire up the grill and prepare this classic dish that's both a feast for the senses and also a true taste of our culinary heritage. Chef Clem, please, I didn't eat the hearts, not the sam, but I'm here for the snook.
Why didn't you eat the hearts?
You didn't invite me.
Oh, yeah, that's true. Okay.
Now we're going to make me and taste it too.
Okay, snook, we love it. It's like, for me, I don't really eat snook during winter because I associate it so like, it's a summer thing. Okay, so we're gonna do some snook on the braai. Whose granny was here and cut these lemons like this? Excuse me? 1994 call, and they want their lemons back. Yeah, this is old school.
I like it.
You like it?
It's vintage for me.
It's retro.
It's the artistry. I mean, how else can you do up a lemon? They're pretty standard, right?
So to the person at the back is crying who spent an hour doing this, and I'm like ripping it. Okay, but it's very nostalgic, so I love it. I'm going for it. Okay, snook.
Yes.
Most important thing is when you're buying it on the side of the road, it's always sketchy for me because you don't know what's actually going on with the snook. No, ooh, everyone's coming for me now.
I can feel the warriors.
All the small businesses right now.
I have been done dirty twice in 1 year with a snook that I bought that looked beautiful, and then I got home and it was pop.
Okay.
Pop.
So you don't want a pup snook.
You'd never want a pup snook.
Okay.
And the thing is, if you do get a pup snook, South Africa, it's not the end of the world.
Yeah.
Snook fricadelles.
Oh,
Hello.
there's always
Hello.
a way.
Hello.
Is there an option for a boneless snook? Because wow.
Yeah, I don't
Yes.
know if...
Right here.
So many
here's the
bones
thing.
in snook.
So the point I'm trying to make is if you are buying snook on the side of the road, it's important to, number one, check the eyes. You're looking for a glossy eye, not looking for a milky eye.
Lovely.
Open up the side of the gills. Smell it. Does it smell snooky? Does it smell like the ocean? You're looking for the ocean. Push the meat a little bit and you want the meat to spring back immediately. Okay? Look at the sheen on the fish. It shouldn't be slimy. It should be shiny.
True.
That's about
Listen,
life.
there's so much
That's about
poetry
life.
happening in this one description of what you should be looking for.
So, there we go. When you buy a snook, now you know how to do it, okay?
Yeah.
So, you got the cues. Now, I'm going to ask you to handle the snook.
I will try. In the
Okay.
wise words of Leanne, don't be a snook, let's cook, okay?
Don't be a snook, let's cook. So,
Never
what you got
handled
in
a
front
snook
of you
before.
is a beautiful butterfly, lightly smoked snook from Woolworths. So you're going to open it up for me,
Can
and
I
you're going to
take it?
season it, salt and pepper, absolutely. It's already been butterflied, and there is like the spine bone, but that's fine. Actually,
And it's very firm. Can you feel how firm it is?
Right, does it bounce back?
yes.
go.
Look at that bounce back. Oh, cool.
It's not
so,
pap.
Carissa, you said you want the less bony parts, right?
Oh,
so
yes.
this part of the snook, let me just move it out of the way. This part of the snook over here, you can see there's the big chunky bone.
Yeah.
That's also fine because this whole bone just lifts out. Then you're chilling. This part over here is very meaty and the bones are big. So depending on how you actually break it and take it out, you can like leave all the bones behind.
Nice.
But snook is snook. So don't be sticking a whole lot of snook in your mouth and then just be chewing because you might get a bone.
It's a bony fish.
It's a bony fish. Okay, so salt, pepper. We're gonna go traditional. We're gonna do some peppers. We're gonna do some red onions and some lemons. Super,
Okay,
super
you grab
simple.
the pepper, Leanne, I'll grab the salt.
Alrighty.
So what you're gonna do is I actually do like to brine my snook butterfly, but if you want some extra flavor in it, you're gonna kind of like create a book with it.
Okay,
which is what
so
you're
we're
gonna do
gonna
right
tuck
now.
these inside.
Yes. While you're doing that, I'm gonna get working on our glaze. So we're gonna go in with apricot jam, traditional.
Okay.
And then we're gonna go in with chili. So if you want the heat of the chili, chop the chili up super fine. If you just want the flavor, keep it like, just go in half.
Okay. Do those pack a punch, those little ones?
The little ones generally do, and that's the kind of thing about chilies, the smaller they are.
Yeah.
Oh,
the bigger the punch.
Dynamite, baby.
There we go. So a little bit of butter goes in as well. That's
Do you
just
put
what
olive
it
oil
is.
on the inside?
Yes, you can, absolutely. You can use the olive oil spray if you want as well. What I
That's
like
fine.
to do
Let's use the spray.
for a bit of theatre, I always like spray a little bit of olive oil over the coals, make a little bit of smoke. So you can do. You want to do that?
Yeah, Lee, you can do that. I'm gonna stand over here.
What am I doing over here?
Spray it on there.
Okay.
It shouldn't do anything.
Oh,
From
okay.
a
Just a
distance,
bit of
from a distance. There we go. Okay.
From a distance.
Fun.
Lemons go in with the apricot jam and the butter, imaginary garlic. Oh, yeah, no, it's not imaginary. Actually, I have garlic.
Real garlic.
There we go. Garlic goes in. Now.
What do you think this is, Claire?
I know. What's up? Extra tradition, extra heritage, rooibos tea.
Oh, wow.
Okay.
I love that.
And we're going to reduce the rooibos tea with the apricot jam. It's going to make a beautiful glaze. This works really well on snook. However, chicken.
I can imagine.
That is
Really?
banging
Yeah.
on
Wow.
chicken.
Okay.
All right, so.
Tim, sorry,
yes.
this is the Culinary Hotline Bling, and we have made a couple of heritage-inspired dishes, and someone came through with the voice note about the samp. So let's have a listen to what Lenore said.
Hi, Chef Clem. My question is, did you boil the sampan beans from the beginning, or did you buy the sampan beans from the can?
Did you boil
Thank
it,
you.
or did you buy it from the can? Lenore wants to know.
Lenore, I bought it in the can. You 100% can soak your samp. The idea behind that recipe with the samp and cheese is that it's a kind of a convenient recipe.
Right.
And if you are braaiing during the festive or at all during summer, you're kind of focusing on the fire and the meat. You don't want to be still like messing with like your samp that you've been soaking since last Wednesday.
The labor of love.
There we go. Get in the can. Actually, I find that in the can works better with this recipe. So definitely check that out.
I'm here for a hack.
There we go.
Is there olive oil on top? 'Cause
Yes,
we
I gave it a
sprayed
little spray.
Beautiful.
And the trick when you're cooking fish on the braai is number one, make sure your braai grease is as clean as possible because the fish is going to stick to whatever's happening on the grill.
I've seen people use an onion, like...
I love doing that trick.
Yeah.
And then what I do is after I've like taken the onion and cleaned the braai grease, I chuck the onion in the coals because then it starts smoking a little bit. So the smoky onion flavor gets into whatever you're cooking.
Yeah.
And the neighbors get jealous. The
Yeah.
second they smell onions on the braai.
They already know. It's a South African love-hate story. Well, listen, Lee, I mean, you grew up in the mother city.
Yeah.
What is your favorite heritage-inspired dish?
Oh my goodness, I love a braai pap. Yeah, I know, I love it. The very first time that I had one, Henny, that is actually here as well, he made us a delicious braai pap, and I'm about that.
I'm a bit embarrassed. What's
yeah.
Can I?
A pap tart, sorry, a pap tart.
You're talking about ours?
Yeah.
No, but Henny, it works like a
Yes,
that
have
I've
you
known
never?
for like almost 10 years. That's never given me anything to
You
eat.
were not in the circle of trust. That is the
What
problem.
is that, Lee?
So it's pap, and it's cheese, and it's bacon, and it's smoochy, and it's layered, and it's delicious, and it is everything. So I am a pap tart aficionado.
That's incredible. I think I might be a convert.
Yeah, South Africa, if you'd like us to make Uncle Henny's braai pap, let us know. Go find the post, the hotline post, and let us know. What is the hashtag? Hashtag Henny's pap.
Henny's pap.
Henny's pap. There we go.
Henny's
Okay,
pap
we're going to do that. We're going to Henny's pap that. I love that.
That's
absolutely.
fantastic.
And what was Carissa?
Heritage dish. I mean, it's none of this. I just really love like a tomato bready or like a sausage food, to be honest.
It's none of this.
Oh. No, not like that, but it's none of this.
First aid. But I get you. And
How about you?
See, South Africa is so diverse, and like, there's so many different influences. When it comes to winter, and you're talking nostalgic for me, I love a lamb knuckle and tripe curry.
All in one.
Get in there.
All in one.
Wow.
And I like having it like when you cook the lamb trotters so long that all that collagen's out and your lips stick together. And I know it sounds like almost cheesy, but when it comes to summer, I'm on a braai, breakfast, lunch, and dinner.
Absolutely.
All the time, all the way, because I can. My neighbor's not happy about that, but you know what?
They just want an invite, Clem. That's all it is.
Clem, you and the neighbors, hey? There's a lot of beef there.
Check the WhatsApp group in the neighborhood. Okay, so Snook's busy doing its thing. What's important is when you put the fish down, don't mess with it.
Okay.
Give it a chance to really form that crust at the bottom and then start turning it over. And the heat you're looking for when it comes to snook, and to be honest with you, because we don't tell lies, I think that the heat's gone a little too low.
Okay.
So here's a good way to judge if your heat is ready for fish. Let's do that. Let's do all of it, actually. If you hold your hand 30 centimeters from the fire and you can only hold your hand there for 3 seconds before it becomes uncomfortable, that's good temperature for steak. And you want to sear something like a thinner lamb chop. You want to get that crust in it. When it comes to fish, you should be able to hold your hand there for about 5 seconds, and then you should get uncomfortable, okay? I can hold my hand there all day long because I can feel the temperature kind of dropped, and it's not a train smash because it leads me to my next point. We're going to make this beautiful glaze. Once we get the char on the fish, I take the fish off the braai. Because when we glaze it, we're going to add a lot of sugar to it.
Yeah.
That's what tends to get stuck to the braai grid.
okay.
So I do that part in the oven.
Okay.
So I work out in my head that the snook goes to the oven. In the time that the snook's in the oven with the glaze, braai broodjies. You have to. So you're using that last bit
That's
of
my
heat.
favorite.
And everybody's happy, everybody's chilling. So I like the way you've also stuffed it. As you cook it, those veggies are going to come a little softer. They're going to start permeating through the fish. They're going to like almost steam from the inside. So it's going to stay juicy, number one, and a lot of flavors when they come through it. Chuck some chili in there as well. It's totally going to be amazing. Let's look at our glaze.
Oh, it looks wonderful.
I move fast. You see that?
Yeah, you just appeared on it. You know what my dad used to do, actually? He used to basically put the same thing but wrap it in foil, and then it's like a steamed fish.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
And that keeps more of the moisture inside. And,
And you take the bread and you dip and you,
Yeah, well, you pack that full of butter.
Yes.
And you get the beautiful like seafoody butter flavor coming through.
delicious.
Absolutely. When you travel,
Yeah.
right? Let's talk first international. When you travel international, what's the first thing you miss about South Africa when you talk about food?
I would say just the homeliness of it, you know, the comfortness of all of our South African dishes. I think that there's no food on the planet that tastes as good as ours. So you can travel throughout the world like it is our curries, it is our stews, it is, I don't know, it's just our spices, our flavors. That is the thing that makes us truly South African.
and the love that we put into
100%.
the food. I mean, come on.
100%. It's
Well-
not every day that you hear someone loves knuckles and afal and all
And
that
it sticks
stuff.
your lips together when you eat it.
You know.
Well, I love it. This
all.
recipe is
Lip
on
smacking.
expressoshow.com. It took 3 beautiful sets of hands to make it happen. And then you have that wonderful piece of artwork. Thank you, Clem, for showing us your heritage.
Thank you. And Henny's braai pap.
That's coming up next week, month.
I can't tell you how much joy and pride it gives me to see Leanne and Carissa on screen Together, it's magical moments like these that we live for. Well, perhaps your next magical moment is staring you in the face, and it's a big DIY job that you just need a handy hero's help for. Well, today, the experts from Hewitt Street Mega Mica in Springs are going to share their beautiful DIY hacks and some invaluable paint tips to help make that next DIY project a dream.
Powered by Plascon, today's handy heroes come from Hewitt Street Mega Mica in Springs.
Mica is one of the biggest stores in Springs, which is situated in Selco Towers. It's one of the famous hardware in our area.
It's a very friendly store. We also accommodate everyone who walks in, whether you are doing a small job or you are doing a big job.
One thing that makes proud of this store is one of the stores that you find all the product that you need.
My customers, they are very friendly. Since the store is 41 years old, so some of them, they've been buying from us for the past 41 years, some for 21 years. So they know each and every one. So we know their likes and what they don't like. It's important that you approach a customer by the name. So it builds up a very good relationship with you and the customer. We are the best hardware store in Springs because of the size of the store. It's a self-service store. So we carry from building material to your finishing material, whether it's from bricks to painting. We can say it's from A to Z.
Plascon is one of the best paint that every customer, that even when he walks in a store, is a paint that you like to buy it because of its quality and the guarantee of the product. So every customer is happy with it.
My favorite Plascon product is it's cashmere. It's a splash matte, and it dries to a very, very attractive matte finish. And it also hides the imperfection, and it's not just washable, but it's even scrubbable.
My DIY tip is mixing like varnish with our sawdust so that you can fill those holes before you varnish. Mica, let us show you how.
Handy heroes, powered by Plascon. Together, we've got this.
I love that. To echo those words, together we've got this. You're talking about a relationship that they've shared with their customers, their family, for over 20 years. That is incredible. But what I love the most is the passion that they approach their job with. Absolutely beautiful. You are handy heroes. Thank you.
When the cracks start to show, our strength and resilience is legendary. Micatex, strong enough to endure anything.
Yes, we are your Feel Good Breakfast Show, and we've got Leanne here, so we honestly are feeling our best on this Woman Crush Wednesday. And speaking about women, we've got two incredible women standing by to give us an incredible performance. We heard it during the sound check, and I'm telling you, it's going to transport you into other realms.
And then, of course, Chris is going to tell us everything that is happening in the world of entertainment after the break.
It's my Feel Good Breakfast Show.
Welcome back to your Feel Good Breakfast Show. It is time to spill the tea because it's time for entertainment news. And of course, we had to keep Leanne here because you like spilling some tea?
I love tea. all day.
Yes. Probably back in the day, you would have had to carry this.
Yeah.
You would have had to have been the person spilling the tea every day.
True story. It's nice now to just receive the tea and not be the one making the tea.
Yes. And I
She's gonna
absolutely
stir,
love that. Let
though.
the juniors do it. Yes, I'm here to absolutely serve all of y'all. And we got to get into some local and international news. We get started with maybe not the best of news, where we have a local star who's a podcaster, TV personality, as well as a sangoma. And unfortunately, her son has passed away. Her name is Gogo Skoteni, and yeah, he's been in hospital for 2 years in the ICU. Basically, he was born without that tube that passes food into the stomach, and he's undergone multiple surgeries to try to get him to a point of living a great life. And unfortunately, at 3 years old, he passed away.
You cannot even begin to think about this as a parent. And I know it's a cliche because we say this every time we have to embrace this, but it's literally your brain can't compute because it's beyond something that's within your emotional scope. And I think any parent would be able to speak to that. But I realized going to the Red Cross Children's Hospital, you forget about the journey in between. So in these moments, you can understand, but what about the months spent in hospital where there's no one else by your side? It's just you and your child, and you're trying to impart your strength to them. So for what she has had to go through to get to this point, that alone would break anybody, but this is obviously the most tragic way to round off that chapter.
Our thoughts and prayers are with her and the family. I can think of nothing more devastating, absolutely, to
Definitely,
happen.
and she was saying that because she couldn't spend as much time in the hospital because, you know, there are restrictions, she just wanted to be near him. So she got a tattoo in remembrance even before he passed, just to say, this is my way of also holding on to my child in this time. So we definitely are sending you our love and our prayers in this really difficult time and very complicated emotional time to work through. Well, let's move on to some news about Adele. We love Adele. Bow down to yet another queen. She's been performing across the entire world and we've been loving to see it. And she actually had a performance in Las Vegas. And then she announced that she's taking a little bit of a break because I think she deserves it.
She deserves it. One person that works very, very hard is Adele. But you know what? It's not just the singing. It's the working of the crowd. It's the walking in between people, connecting with people. Those are life-changing moments that that audience will never, ever, ever forget.
And she's that. She will bring you up onto stage. If she sees you
100%.
singing, she will come and sit down next to you. She's got that. But we often forget because she creates such a gravitas with her body of work. She needs time to sit down, live life, and write.
Enjoy
and
her
just be
engagement.
normal. Yeah, exactly. Otherwise, how do you fill that emotional cup back up to be able to pour it all out?
Well, let's have a listen to what she actually said.
And I have really enjoyed performing for nearly 3 years now, which is the longest I've ever done and probably the longest I will ever do. But I have 10 shows left after this, back in my residency, because I was poorly earlier on in the year, so those got delayed. And obviously everything was supposed to be my last show. I'm thrilled that it's not, because I still have, and that's exactly 5 weeks of shows, because you know it's like weekends and stuff like that, and 10 shows to do. But after that, I will not see you for an incredibly long time, and I will hold you dear in my heart for that whole next of my break, and I will fantasize about these shows and any shows that I've done over the last 3 years, and I will really, really hold them in the bottom of my heart forever. It has been amazing. I just need a rest, and I have spent the last 7 years building a new life for myself, and I want to live it now. I want to live my new life that I've been building, and I will miss you terribly.
We will miss her too.
What I love about that, if you didn't hear the people screaming, you would have assumed she was just chilling in the lounge with us, just catching up with the old mates. I mean, the accent I absolutely love, but she's just so down to earth. It is ridiculous. And when she explains it like that, you're like, girl, you take a decade off. Live your life.
Don't do that. Please,
No,
Adele. Don't
don't.
take 10 years off. Don't be like Rihanna that we're still waiting for the music. But she definitely has a well-deserved break coming her way to also enjoy with a man and her child. I mean, come on. Maybe we'll get another child and another album in that time. We'll see. Well, there's still some more news because somebody has graced our presence in Cape Town in particular. It is Fame Week, which celebrates everything to do with film, from behind the scenes to in front of the scenes. And Steve Harvey said, hello, South Africa. And I feel like he's kind of South African at this point. I mean, he's been here before. He shot his show here too.
Yeah.
And he must just come down. We can even give him a name. He can be Sipo or somebody, you know? Sipo Harvey. I think that suits him quite well. But he's made an appearance, of course, at Cape Town International Convention Centre. And it was just good to see him on the ground.
And we were wanting to get him on the show so desperately. And he was in and out. If he had just hung around one more day, I mean, who comes to Cape Town and doesn't stay for 3 weeks? At least.
Steve
Come
Harvey,
on,
'cause
guy.
he's so
Come
busy.
on. But I love the fact that he gets it. He understands the hotbed of talent here in South Africa.
Well, speaking about talent, Graham, I love the way you've said that. That wraps up your entertainment news, but we still got more entertainment coming your way in the light of silver flutes. Let's see this.
I'm Lisa Briel, and this is Esther Maripo, and we will be playing a snippet for you from Lunette by Elizabeth Brown.
Absolutely, well, literally breathtaking, but absolutely haunting and beautiful. Oh, I love the fact that you have an opportunity, not just as a young composer, someone who represents the industry here in South Africa, but anyone has an opportunity to plug into what sounds like the most creative space where you get to hear new compositions, new composers, new artists staking a claim, but also get to plug into some of the best minds in the business. So the Symposium of South African Composers going down from the 9th to the 13th of obviously September. The US Conservatorium in Stellenbosch. You can get your tickets at the door or go to web tickets. Just 60 Rand is where they start. It's an opportunity to see the very pinnacle of where this fine art is. That was beautiful. Thank you so much. The goosebumps are still there. More goosebumps on the way after this.
Be a handy hero this spring and stand the chance of winning 10,000 Rand cash from Plascon. To enter, tell us what Plascon product you purchased this spring and include hashtag PlasconSA. Enter by replying to Expresso's competition post on Facebook, X or Instagram, or WhatsApp your entry to 084 368 1603. Remember to keep your proof of purchase. Competition closes 27th of September at midday. T's and C's apply and can be found on expressoshow.com.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
All right, you have an opportunity to win and to win big.
You do indeed, because for the final time this morning, let us tell you all about a lotto. Play Lotto, Lotto Plus 1 or Lotto Plus 2 for 35 million rand in total estimated jackpots today, this Wednesday, in fact, and you could be celebrating millions. Don't forget to include us in your celebrations, okay? What are you waiting for?
Oh, come on, just jump on it. So we've got Lotto for an estimated 30 million rand, Lotto Plus 1 for a further 4 million, and then Lotto Plus 2 for an extra 1 million rand. We're just going to throw it into the kitty today.
I love that. There's so many ways that you can get your tickets. You could go in-store, even on the website. It's nationallottery.co.za. We also have a mobile app, and there's cell phone banking for you, or simply dial *120 *7529 hash for all USSD. Keep it simple and win yourself some money.
Just do it. All those details are up on the Expresso social media platform, so you can go and check them out at your leisure. Most importantly, just do it. Get yourself in the running to win Lotto. Lotto Plus 1, Lotto Plus 2, 35 million rand. Boom, up for grabs. I'll drop the mic right there.
Beautiful. Well, for now, seeing as we're all in the greatest of moods, let's continue down that avenue where the Symposium of South African Composers are going to perform for us.
We end off our program today with a bit of a Christmassy vibe. We will be singing Quem Pastores by John Ratto.
Quem pastores lauda vere, quibus angeli dixtere, absit vobis iam timere, natus est rex gloriae. Quem pastores lauda vere, quibus angeli dixtere, absit vobis iam timere, natus est rex gloriae. Atque magi ambulaban, arum tuus miram portaban, immolabant ex incere, nato regi gloriae. Christo Deo nato per Mariam nobis dato, meritore sonet vere, laus honor et gloria, et
Absolutely beautiful. Please take a bow. Thank you for blessing us with your incredible talent and what you represent. We'll keep all of those details up. Web tickets is where you go if you want to get yourself that plug-in for the Symposium of South African Composers. Oh, Lily, it's been so good having you here today.
Thank you so much,
Are you going to come back
guys.
weekly? I think maybe you just come back for a little guest
I
weekly.
think every Wednesday, you know, we'll just do a little something.
It's a little Woman Crush Wednesday. I'm down for
Wednesday
that.
for a reason, and we're crushing so hard, Miss Lee Ann Williams, but we know you got a show to do. And for the rest of the week, how can we catch you on radio?
So you can catch me every single weekday morning on Good Up FM from 9 to 12. And of course, you can catch our Warrior Woman feature every Wednesday at 11:20. And then for all of you that are going to be nominating gorgeous and amazing and powerful and inspiring women, go to marketing@goodupfm.co.za. You have until the 8th of September to send those nominations in. Go and check them out on goodupfm.co.za.
I think we might have some crossover winners for this one. Some amazing South African women. We celebrate you every day, today, and definitely tomorrow when